Get ready to go for the knife.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Team solo mid against Hellraisers. Starting out, knife round going to get underway here. We'll see which way this one goes. As we said, TSM top of the lead right now. Top of the lead, top of the league.
Nailed it.
14 wins, 3 losses. I'm not going to go down the route that I was last weekend. I was all over the shop then. Hopefully I don't go that way.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'd say, I don't think you meant to.
The night is early. The night is
yeah,
early.
We'll see how
Plenty of time. But Hellraisers come out on top of the knife. They are going to go for the switch. So immediately Hellraisers want to start out on the CT side. Expected. Now we saw some massive, massive performances on Inferno at the Major. The big one for me stands out is obviously the Envious Fnatic game. Insane scoreline. Nobody would have expected that. And it just goes to show that actually, if you have a really dominant CT side, you can just punish no matter who you're against.
Well, I think that's a summary of this map through and through. But for me, I always prefer seeing how teams perform on the T side. I think it shows a lot of the cohesion and how they kind of form around it. But still, we are into this one. Let's see what they brought up. So Karrigan going full utility here. The rest of TSM with the decoys. It looks like I'm not sure what they're going for here, TSM. It looks like they're going to try and get some play down towards Banana. But Angel's going to just destroy Device straight up, back away, readjust, and look for some more. Ooh. But already Oscar going walkabouts.
Yeah, Hellraiser's pushing down the mid at the moment. You can see Oscar. He's going to catch good glimpse of Dupree as soon as he pops up. Dupree gets the better of him, though. Stryker will respond. Schneider also finds Zipnix. But this is a bit of a mix mash now. It is a 4 versus 2. Hellraiser's in that commanding position. You can see holding second mid. Schneider trying to get the taps down, but this is dangerous. He's the only man left on A site, and that's opened A site right up. Karrigan will get the plant down, no doubt about it.
Exactly, and now they're on the way towards A. cajunB already expecting the rotate. They know Angel, and they can assume Kucha was playing over by that B side, but it's going to be Angel finding cajunB, which brings it down to this 1v2, and Karrigan is solo.
It's a tricky one, but Karrigan's going to find a low hit point. Angel just off the side there. Does manage to catch one, doesn't catch the second. Kucha will save Hellraiser's blushes because they went aggressive and it almost backfired on them. But they will close out the round. Close one to start with. And the defuse kit, don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. Kucha being the last man there was quite important, but still, Karrigan almost had them lined up perfectly in that, but the aggression from Hellraisers was quite a little bit of a difference. Schneider pushing towards the apps, catching out Zipnix. That removed that threat, and you saw, I think it was Oscar, if I'm not mistaken, pushing right down mid as soon as Device fell on Banana. So really nice stuff from Hellraisers coming in saying, we don't care that you're TSM, we're going to play this how we want to. But look at this force up from TSM. Tech-9s all around, 2 rifles as well.
Oh,
they're going to town here.
It's going to be Kucha with a P90 pushing straight down. There's the nades, giving him the cover he needs. Do they realize he's got around the corner? You bet your life he does. It comes around. He manages to rip into one, gets the second. It's a double headshot with the P90 from Kucha, and the rest of the team are here to back him up. It is going to be a massacre. TSM just got to hold back. Dupree has to hang on to that AK. Zipnix is trying to go around the back for the stab.
Yeah, Zipnix has been doing this constantly, but Angel playing it smartly, sitting back, saying, okay, I know maybe one of you got through second mid. Now they're going to know he has. Kucha's fallen. It's down to a 4v3. The 2 rifles are still in hand to TSM. Karrigan and Dupree holding those close.
Hellraisers have backed off. Schneider and Styko both completely backed out. Left Oscar alone on B side. Schneider's just holding the angle on Speedway. Styko's going to be pushing around the corner. Zipnix gets a great big tag on him though. Takes a chunk of health. Him down to 9 health. He has to back away and respect Zipnix now with that Tech 9. But Oscar's going to be one that will find Dupree down Banana. And that's going to give Karrigan problems.
And that's completely ruined any chance of TSM going to B. And look at them, they're backing straight towards A. But Styko and Angel are still waiting here. Schneider's backed up, so it's down to a 2v2. Angel waiting patiently towards Pit, however, is going to be a nuisance. Zipnix finds Styko. This is down to Angel to hold here. They don't know the bomb's in Karrigan's hands right now. They're going to know now, though. Angel gets the tag, not the frag, and while he waits, Zipnix is closing in. Smart play from Angel, checking towards the right. He knew he was being pressured, but the bomb is going down. A little more money in the bank for TSM, but Karrigan denying Angel. It's down to a 1v2.
That's a shot that really shouldn't have landed. Angel, you can see what he wanted. He wanted to quickly answer that aggression. They're going to double peek him. This could work out well for Karrigan if he gets the first, but Oscar will manage to land the shot. Just 10 health was all he had taking that peek. He was the risky man. Schneider was there to back him up. The defuse will come in, and Hellraisers will close out the Rainer and also rescue those 2 AKs that TSM forced with.
Yeah, TSM are going to be, well, they've had plants, so they're not in the worst position in the world, and that was so important from Karrigan to get that bomb down. He planted for it. I don't know how he got the follow-up kill, but he did. And they're going back in on this. Like, TSM are just going wild right now. They're like, okay, screw it. We've got 2 bomb plants. Let's keep going. Let's keep at this. But look at Hellraisers. Full rifles, no messing around here. And we've seen how deadly these deagles are becoming. You can't underestimate TSM here. But Oscar has been imperative to Hellraisers at the moment. He's been making the big kills. And he's once again setting up for Angel to go deep down Banana. But here's TSM.
Yeah, it's a triple stack for Hellraisers pushing down there. Kucha was there to back him up, but as you said, deep smokes, grenades pushing TSM back. Not too sure they were quite expecting the rifles. Devices handed off the AK to Dupree, actually. But Device may stick with that one. But Zipnix will find Schneider in apartments, and now Styko's going to have to back away onto balcony. And that's given TSM some options now. It's a 4-on-4. TSM have been hit pretty hard. You can see Zipnix, the man that challenged apartments, was taken low. Device holding the angle down mid. So they know they have mid covered off. And Carrigan's going to slowly work his way forward. They're just trying to see who's going to go aggressive. No more smokes left for Hellraisers here.
Yeah, but TSM still have a little bit to work with. They've got 2 smokes, one on Device, one on Dupree. So they can build off that. They can pretty much make a play anywhere they want to. But let's see what they do with this. Angel pretty much the solo man on B. Oscar being the jump-off point. Carrigan desperately trying to bait Hellraisers into believing there may be someone in those apps with him, but they're not really falling for it. Oscar needs to maybe consider rotating here. He's tentative to do so, but Angels could be the one waiting here, and TSM are on the way. Oh,
Angel just caught out with the initial shot, but Oscar gets the spray through smoke. It was Zipnix that went down. He was low on health initially, so he does get caught out, but the bomb plant will come in. Device gets it down, and that's another great smoke. This is the thing, TSM holding so much utility can hold this site.
But Psycho at least has a molly. He can clear out one of these 2 corners and force TSM to make the peaks. He's gone for Nubox. That's going to force out Dupree, or at least put him in a predicament. He takes the shot, he goes down. Hellraisers have a chance here, but look who's left, Device and Carrigan.
Carrigan's going to be the pincer here. Device is pinned in the corner. They know where he is. There's Carrigan, gets out, gets one, delays things, buys time. Device
right now.
picked off. He's defusing down. He had to get pulled off the defuse. Oscar, is he sticking it? He must be. No! Holds the angle, and Carrigan lands another shot. 3 brilliant shots from Banana there. Just cuts Hellraisers down and gives TSM the round.
And once Schneider fell in the apartments, it was so hard for Hellraisers to keep tabs on all of this map. You see at the end here, Carrigan playing it so well. Oscar was defusing that whole time, and then he came off it. And look at this, he was trying to wait it out, but by that point he was so low. But still, Schneider going down in the apartments has been a bit of a difference in that round. It gave TSM a little bit more room to kind of drag Hellraisers here, there, and everywhere. Oscar being kind of a little further back that time, not on the B site, made the difference there. But once again, Hellraisers going into the Deagle, and Angel's going to find Device straight away. Oh, wow, that's going to really... Oh my God, Oscar as well, finding Dupree. This is ridiculous. Already taken down 2 players is going to make this hard work.
It is going to be a site that TSM pushed towards. Oscar with that Deagle trying to go into apartments. Now, nobody there at the moment. It is the top of mid that KGB and Carrigan are getting the angles on.
But I think Carrigan's pretty close by. They're probably going to play for the retake here. This is the thing. They know they can't challenge in this.
They've gone aggressive. They're going to check second mid. They know that now chances are they've pushed through into Arch.
And they're looking for maybe one of the rifles if they can find one, if they can spot it out.
Yeah, remember, Oscar took one down at the bottom of mid. That's probably where Oscar's heading. You can see he's going through. There's Styko. He's got 1 AK. Now, this is as much as they can hope for from this round, honestly, with these Deagle buys. They may just happily sit this one out. Doesn't look like an Angel and Kucha are going to move, so there we go. Plant goes down. Will they go for it? Yes, you bet your life they will. Looks like Angel and Kucha want to move towards it. No, they're just going to go for the exits, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. Considering Oscar's got head armor, Styko's got a rifle and a smoke. They're pretty decent in this one.
But Kucha has nothing. He's only got a USP. He's like, what I thought he would be the one that would go for instead of Angel with the Deagle. Angel's just trying to get some exits here. I think Kucha's hunting for one of those other rifles. They know there's another one around there somewhere.
Yeah, but I think TSM were running with the Tech 9 just on Cage and B, if I'm not mistaken, so he picked up the Galil there. Angel is looking. He's not going to find anything there. Carrigan will take him down, but they also don't want to give TSM any money at this point as well. Just picking up Kucha would have given them a little bit more money to work with, and they know that TSM's money has not been ideal by this point because how many of these rounds have been close? They've been depending a lot on those bomb plants, which they have been getting, to be completely fair to them. But look at this. Now they can kind of spread the wealth on Hellraisers. They can get at least rifles to every single player, I'm pretty sure. Whereas for TSM, it was quite the scrape as well. Carrigan's still running with that Galil, opting for the utility and trying to work off the back of that. So let's see how this one goes. Hellraiser's going to go for the closer smoke this time. Try and deny the opening peeks there, allow Angel and Kucha a little bit closer up. But Device and Cage and B are definitely looking for this one.
Yeah, there was a slight gap in that smoke. It looked like, I'm sure when it went down, you can see, no, it does look like it's complete. Cage and B is the one that's peeking around the side there. There is a tiniest little gap, isn't there?
Yeah, but the amount of times we've seen players utilize this, just to be able to see feet just kind of peeking through, so you get the advantage. You're holding the slight higher ground, you can always utilize it well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually could work off the back of that.
Well, it's Dupree that's about to push out a boiler, and we can see Oscar's holding that angle, but now he's going to get smoked off. It is going to be a quad push here for TSM. It's Schneider and Styko that may well be in trouble. Carrigan's trying to bait something out. But are they going to back away? Smoke's been used. Device has been past the bomb. The rest of TSM are stacking out, so they're making sure nothing gets pushed out. They do get a re-smoke out there, and it is going to be an A site here for TSM.
They're taking their time, though. They want to get a pick first, and they're not finding it. You can see that Schneider's already fallen back. Cajun B could try and open something up here. Schneider will find Carrigan, but there's Cajun. So opening up both sides. This could open up for a wrap towards B. Let's see how they go for it. Schneider is the linchpin player, and he's been taken down. Dupree removes him from the equation, leaving the 2B players alive. Cajun B already knows that Arch is pretty much under control by himself. And the rest of TSM focused down on the 2 players down by Pip. But yeah, I like that play from Schneider. At least he's kind of fallen back from lurking around in the apps. He tried to support a little more, but TSM just breaking through.
It's interesting you see that play and you go back to what Freiburg was talking about with NiP, the changes that they made as a team. It's like going back to individual duels, because that's effectively what just won that round for TSM.
Yep.
All had complete faith in each other, individual duels, all won out, and they managed to clear out A site no problem. And now they're actually going looking for the weapons. They want to get Angel, they want to get Kucha. They're going to try and flush them out here at the last spare second.
Great
Angel,
flash.
beautiful flash there, manages to catch on Device. Managed to get a couple of tags on towards Dupree as well. They're all going to back away. Realised a bit too risky trying to get those rifles.
Again, though, Plant comes in for TSM, and relentlessly they are building up the bank here. And you can see Device already maybe looking to try and work towards the AWP, quite possibly. I'm not sure if he wants to run it on the T side. We don't always see them opting for it, but he does have the MAC-10. Maybe wanted to get kind of equal to the rest of his team here, because everyone's on like 5k. He's only on 1.7, only 1 kill thus far. But, you know, Hellraiser's only 1 player has head armor. He can do some damage with that. But then again, they do have rifles to a degree, excluding Schneider.
Yeah, Schneider with that Mag-7. Expect him to go into apartments, and that's exactly where he's going. Zivnix is heading that way. Looks like he's going to try and catch out. It's Dupree that's hopping up and over. And now he's just put a couple of shots off around the corner, so Schneider knows he's there. Just keeping his head down, peeking as little as he could, but Dupree knew he was there. Caught a glimpse as he passed that balcony. And that's going to be an opening that TSM maybe were looking for. Heavy smokes over on B site. Device is going to be the sole man left lurking there, while the rest of TSM push on towards A site. It's all on Oscar and Styko.
That's who Oscar can do. He's been playing massively for them thus far. Device has been the linchpin player to hold them off on the other side, but there we go. Oscar falls, and Styko goes off the back. So once again, TSM just breaking through towards quad, gaining the control, smoking off the close corners so no one can peek them from the library, and it's just hard work for Hellraisers to play retakes. Once they break down that quad side, once they remove these players, there's not much to be done. Device will get picked up by Kucha, but still, Angel's one close by, looking for these exits.
Angel will catch one. Didn't have a kit. Actually, everybody from TSM evacuated A site there. He could. There was a smoke at library at the time. If it had the balls,
still in apps.
maybe he could have just pushed on through. Yeah, Carrigan is lingering in apps, just waiting for that defuse. But Angel and Kucha trying to hang on to these weapons. Zimnix is pushing on towards Angel. Dupree from Catwalk will find one. Angel, the last man, just going to go for that peek as Dupree pushes into Speedway. Angel looked away. They both did at the same time. And he will hold on to this M4. Could be important.
Yeah, but this is already starting to look like quite the nice T side for TSM. Considering they didn't get the pistols, they've pretty much won as short as they were. They weren't like pure rifle rounds by this point, but the Deagles coming in. A lot of the work from Hellraisers was here, there, and everywhere. But TSM, once it came into these 4 buys, once they got everything beside them, they've really started to run with the scoreline. Already 4 rounds on their T side, looking impressive. Now they have all the utility as well. So early nade up Banana, you can see that it's going aggressive. They don't want to allow room here, and they don't want to let Hellraiser stack out these little corners. They can use these mollies to clear it, but Angel still has the rifle.
Yeah, the 1 man with the rifle left on B site to cover off that 4 man, as you said, stacked out on A. That's Angel that's going to get tested. He's the only one with utility, the only one with armor, the only one with a rifle. And he's trying to sell as much as he can to keep them away. That smoke will buy him time. It's Cajun B and Device that continue to probe and prod. As he sits... Oh, and he manages to catch Device through the smoke. That's an important one, as the rest of TSM do start to push up the top of mid.
I kind of feel for Device here. He's on 1-7. He's having one of those games where you just keep getting caught out like that. But Schneider, waiting ever so patiently, gets met by Zivnix. But it's Oscar getting the one-out trade. But still, it's a 3v3. Hellraisers do have 1 more man by this site. That's Styko waiting patiently. But the bomb is on Banana. TSM cautious to commit, not wanting to do so, and Carrigan just being so patient, waiting above, and Styko's going to see him first. Great little shot towards Carrigan, but will they expect the bomb to be close? Already Angel's rotated, he's come over towards A. This gives the chance for TSM to get back to B.
Well, that's an AK for Styko. Are they just going to sit on these weapons, or are they going to go try and challenge this one? Cajun B will smoke out CT, so Angel's going to try another lucky couple of shots through that smoke and see if he can find one. Is he going to push on through? He's going through construction. Now Styko's going to come with him. He's coming from CT spawn, rattling those shots through. Smoked off Angel. He needs the help. Styko's the man that needs to make the play here. And it's KSGB that will find him. He's going to check around that corner. Now Angel really could do with just hanging back. But he knows this one. He finds an angle on Dupree, but he's got a beautiful crossfire setup. And KSGB will close it out. It's going to be another round for TSM on the board, 4-2. So already starting to be as strong as 5-T, starting to be a strong T side for them. And now the AWP comes out for Device.
This is what I'm waiting on seeing. See if this makes a difference for Device here. He's got a good spawn as well. He could take the peak. I'm not sure where Oscar's spawn is. Okay, it's not ideal. He could maybe make something towards B, but it looks like he wants to go towards mid. I wonder seeing if they actually do go for the challenge this time. It'd be quite confident from Oscar to do this, but no, he's going to go for the smoke straight up down towards the bomb of Banana. Device is holding the angle, and no one going for the early challenge just yet. So we see them both kind of taking their time. But look at this now. TSM is speeding up straight towards mid. Oscar has to back up, but Schneider is there to babysit. He's already found one, backs himself away, and instantly Hellraisers playing far more passive on this A site, whereas on B, they're already down Banana. This is nice stuff from Hellraisers. Let's see if they can take these challenges, though. That's been the defining point.
Yeah, they tried to quicken up the pace there at TSM and catch Hellraisers napping, but as you mentioned, good backing, good crossfire, nice cover, and it's taken Dupree and Zimniks pretty low on health here. It's going to be Schneider that tries to challenge, but it's Device that's looking from quad. And now Styko sitting in pits, about to get flushed out by that molly. And that forces him into the corner. He can't cover off. He's down to 6 health. He has to back away. Oscar up close and personal with the AWP.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Styko was so low, but he still finds Zipnix. It's KGB who's the threat, though. Device is still doing work here. Oscar's going to remove KGB. He knows Device is there, but Device is still going. That's 3 for him. But he's down to 9 HP. Bear in mind, he does have the AWP. And he's got 2 players to get now. He's going to try and define the situation, bring it back close, but that nade could change it all. Device just about made it away, but only to be met by Angel in the end. And the defuse does come through. But Device, I asked if it would make a difference if he had the AWP. It certainly did, but it wasn't quite enough to clinch the round.
Yeah, so the quickened pace really almost caught Hellraisers off guard. It was really all about Schneider's cross there, because Oscar, who did clear out the site almost there, was the man that was being pressed right at the start of that round. So TSM trying to catch Hellraisers off guard, got bitten back. And Hellraisers now do secure themselves all the rifles. And of course, Oscar with that AWP. Let's see where it goes. He's taking it over towards B site this time. Going to try and get that early challenge down Banana, try and catch out Meiji Cajun B, who's the one that's challenging. And it's a quick little flick that will start things rolling for Hellraisers.
And Oscar has been such a massive player for Hellraisers recently. I'm thoroughly enjoying how he plays, but then again, they are still on the CT side. They need more than this round-wise. But let's see if Hellraisers can deal with TSM. They are slowly working through second mid. They're not really rushing this, but Device is in a bit of a precarious position. 2 players here. He does manage to back away. Looks to pick up, I think, the smoke there as well. So try and pick up whatever he can of KGB's body. But it looks like TSM are now going to try and head towards that. You can see Dupree already spraying down towards that CT arch. Smoke's coming down. That's just going to buy time for Hellraisers here. Going to run that clock a little lower and slow down TSM.
Zimniks just covering off the backstab while TSM await the smoke to clear. Oscar's the one that's potentially going to get challenged here. It's Carrigan and Device that are about to peek around this corner. Device with that AWP in hand gets a little peek. Oscar doesn't land it, and Device doesn't need a second chance. He will take his arm off. And now Carrigan's got himself tucked into Moto.
And I love that, the bait coming out from Carrigan then to set him up for the shot. Now it's down to Styko. He's the one tucked in. He's got 4 players surrounding him. Not a chance in hell you're making out there alive. Dupree removes him off the map, leaving just Kucher and Angel standing. And these players on B are going to be going, God, guys, can you just, like, hold the site, you know, every single time? But still, I've got to say, TSM, even in the nuanced plays like that, just baiting out on the corner, is just beautiful. That is just real nice stuff. Considering Device was having a quiet game as well, for Carrigan, who's top fragging, to almost kind of sacrifice himself there, just shows you what they're looking for at this point. So still, right now, it looks like TSM are going to get away with pretty much every single player alive. Yeah. Carrigan can sit himself in pit in the corner. Zipnix can make it out, and everyone stays alive.
With that round loss bonus wiped out, Hellraisers having to hang on to these weapons and just about anything they can. But they are taking an AWP and an AK into the next round, so that's not too bad. The rest of the team could maybe try and force something up here. And we saw, just with those pistols, how deadly they could be. Maybe they can try it again. Not great money, though, no doubt about it, for Schneider and Oscar. They should be okay, but Styko has got absolutely nothing.
And again, TSM just grinding out these rounds. That's the thing. You see it occasionally get close when Oscar maybe has this big impact, but now he's pretty poor, he's pretty skinny. He's on 1.7k, so he can maybe look towards the future in this one. But this round, he's just with the 5-7. They've gone for a bit of a shoddy buy here, but Kucha actually running with the AWP. He had the better spawn, and we're learning why maybe you want to leave that one to Oscar there. Device just pins him to the wall, already getting the opener. And let's see if Hellraisers can forge anything in their favor. That's the start. Oscar finds Dupree, and Schneider, he's on the precipice of something big here.
Zipnix is hanging and holding the angle low. He's expecting something. Just saw him a little switch to the nade there. Schneider's just going to hang on to this one, but Chicken runs out. Didn't catch him off guard. Didn't panic. He's going to get that peek. Look at Schneider. He's holding the tightest of angle, making sure nothing shows. And Oscar, like you say, he's just landing shots. He's a sole man holding B site right now.
Exactly. He's soloing this. It's allowing Angel to come around, but that's now different. That's Device picking him up, waiting patiently, holding the angle. The rest of TSM are en route, but Angel does have a gap in the smoke, so he can see if they cross towards Barbecue Pit here. Hold on. Let's see what they can do. Zipnix found Schneider. Styko's exchange, but Angel is the one who can make the difference. He gets the tag and nothing more. It's down to a 2v2.
Styko's going to be pushing Banana. He has managed to call them out. Device is trying to hold that one off, but Carrigan's more worried about this close threat, which is Angel. There's the flash. They're both flashing. They're both smoking. They're both going to push on out. Device is tucked away in Nubox corner. It's Carrigan that could put a dent in all the plans here as they line themselves up. Carrigan just around the corner on Spool. They're both so concerned about Device, they forget about Carrigan, and he will get the double spray down. And TSM get themselves a 7th round on the board.
Can't forget about Carrigan.
8th.
7th. Yeah, you can't forget about Carrigan right now. He's playing really well. I was kind of waiting to see if he'd actually hold the crossfire. It looked like he wanted to go walking around towards the towards construction and maybe like around ruins, but no, he held it well. He allowed Device to be the kind of bait on that. But Device picking up Oscar was the big difference then. Again, Oscar makes these plays. He took down 2 that round after I think it was Kucha didn't quite have the stones to pull it off, let's say, with the AWP. He got found by Device in the end.
And he picked that AWP up from top of mid, got a shot down top of mid, took all the way around to B, got a shot down on B. Very mobile with it.
How much can one man do? That's the thing. Now,
exactly.
Device is going to use these mollies and the utility to clear the corners. That could maybe be trouble for Angel, but no, he's a little closer forward. Device is looking, and he's well aware of what they're up to. And again, just textbook stuff from Device, just clearing out corners, leading the way with the AWP. Now, Kucha's got 3 players, make it, well, a hell of a lot. And there you go. Just using utility to clear, and that's how this round's going to go.
What a difference a gun makes for a player. He was 1-7 Device, he's now 8-8. What a difference picking up that AWP has made for him. Absolutely feeling comfortable. Make it 9. Schneider could come around the corner any second now. He's just off to the right-hand side. Doesn't matter. It looks like Dupree's going to go full-on aggression.
Oh, he's going for the knife.
Oh, no, he's above him. He's got around. He gets the backstab. Literally in the back. And Device, though, with the pistol, will close it out. Schneider going to be happy with that one with his little fade. Nice little knife, that.
To be fair, he needed the money as well. He actually might be able to do something with that, considering he's been with like the Mac 10 the whole time. He was really like, just please give me some money. I don't want the Mac 10 anymore in apps. Give me a rifle. So hopefully he can get that going for himself. But yeah, another one on the board for TSM. Looking good. There's not much more to say. They're just being really goddamn solid. It's as simple as that. They're clearing corners out well. They're not taking it lightly. And look at this. Even with all these players staying alive for Hellraisers, they can't convert much over to it. They've been trying to keep hold of the rifles that they've had, but every single time, you can see that a couple of players have been keeping themselves in this one. Carrigan, Zipnix, and Device barely dying throughout this, so they've been able to retain their rifles almost the whole way through now.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from them so far. No doubt about it. Carrigan, beast. So, Schneider and Styko are going to go up close and personal in the apartments. Looks like Dupree and Zipnix are going to be the ones to challenge. But look, they're hanging back. They've got caught out by this once, and that's all they're going to get caught out by it. Purposely waiting. Dupree gets himself up and over, gets a bit of spray on towards Schneider, who is hanging out in that dark room. Now, are they going to feel it clean it out? They're just going to push him and force him out. Now Zipnix challenges around that corner, but he got counter-flashed, and that slowed things down.
Yeah, and Hellraisers were perfectly expecting TSM to go second mid, but it doesn't seem they can deal with it. Styko and Schneider were pushed there. Oscar was pushing the pusher, but now he's being pushed by Carrigan. The perfect flash came through. Styko does at least pick up the 2 players in apps, but Carrigan's broken through, and now TSM are about here, there, and everywhere. Device has to run the gauntlet. He's still at the bottom with the bomb. He has to make it up to one of these sites, and Styko catches him out. Big round from him. That's 3. But Carrigan now, the man who's made so much difference for TSM thus far, has to go clutch himself. I don't know if he can do this one. Hellraisers certainly have his number.
He's going to push through the molly. That may catch Styko off on guard. You may think that's still a safe ground. He's going to get the bomb plant down here as well, Carrigan. Now, Angel's in library, so he's nearby. Styko going to be in apartment, so he's got a tricky angle, trying to bait it out, see if anybody's listening, anybody's close by. Angel's going to be the man that will challenge. He's got the angle. Didn't quite land the shot, so through that box, the one and only one on site. Instead, Carrigan's going to push out. Angel will shut him down. And it will be a vital, vital round for Hellraisers there. As you mentioned, Styko, some huge players by him in apartments.
Yeah, Hellraisers did read that TSM were probably going to play it towards second mid fairly well. They had from CT Arch, I think it was, Oscar was watching the kind of push up, where you line up those smokes and you make your way through from second to mid. And then the Schneider and Styko pushing in towards apps. They were reading it well, so at least they started to make a difference. But Schneider's having a bit of a mare in the apps. He did well early on, but Styko picking up the slack then, considering he'd been very quiet until this point, picking up those couple of kills in that round, really starting to push himself up there. But Schneider only on 4 kills so far, a little bit quiet for him. Considering before when he was picking up for Hellraisers, he actually made a bit of difference. But still, let's see how this one goes.
Well, it's Device once again with that orb. Keeping his eye on it. Now, Oscar's gone for the challenge, though. Oscar's looking down mid. Unfortunately for him, Device, with the boost, manages to find Kucha, and they triple stacked over on B site. Now, A site heavily smoked out. Dupree's got himself in banana already. In quad. Already pushed out. Zipnix is coming with him, and Styko in pit is in trouble. Oscar's forced back. He's on site, stuck in a corner. Between a rock and a hard place as Carrigan also pushes. They're coming from every angle on towards A side.
Hellraisers have almost ignored CT Arch. They want to focus on quad. They know that's where TSM are going. Great connection from Styko there. Going to get the headshot towards Zipnix. Turns attention. He didn't need to. Carrigan, he was slowly building, but there's Oscar gone. And TSM just collapsing in towards A. Every single angle covered. And as you could see, Hellraisers were trying to focus towards quad. Try to take down those players. Ignore, negate as much as possible coming from CT Arch, but it didn't work out in the end. We're going to see the bomb plant again. And the 2 B players, well, no, actually, no, tell a lie. 1 B player and Schneider, just trying to keep hold of these rifles.
Talk about important kills. Cation B, he'd only got 4 total in the whole game so far. 2 vital kills, though, completely carving A site wide open for TSM, and that's going to give them the round. Angel and Schneider, as you mentioned, they've withdrawn. Now, Schneider's holding the angle here. Cation B is pushing his position. It's going to come around this corner any second. Schneider's just making sure. Perfect head angle. It's going to be Zipnix that he'll find first. If he goes for the peek, he could get them both, and he will get a beautiful spray down. Angel also got a Device. That was an AWP down, so costly finish to the round there by Hellraisers.
Let's have a look at the money. Yeah, they can still fully buy into this.
Yeah.
Carrigan's still pretty well set, so it's not the end of the world, but it does mean a lot for Hellraisers at least, so they can maybe start looking for more. I don't know. This is such a hard game for them. When you're on the CT side and you've only got 4 rounds, it's just not enough in my eyes, especially when you're seeing TSM not pick up the pistol on the T side and then be able to convert going on. It's going to be so hard. Aggressive. And look at this. Hellraisers trying to go back to what made it work at the beginning, but being met by some real brutality. TSM just waiting out. Device going to find Angel. He's going back for more as well. He's confident now, and that's a dangerous Device.
Oscar with the AWP, trying to hold on. And Dupree's about to challenge him. He's actually just in boiler, just off the side there. Oscar, it's going to have to be a pretty quick flick shot for him to try and catch this one. He's looking towards Carrigan, who's also looking to edge out the angle. Carrigan's about to peek. He's going to try and nade it out. Zipnix, meanwhile, pushing apartment, so all of them are going to push on through. Oscar tries to draw between the two. Which one to go for? He gets one onto Dupree. Carrigan won't go for the second challenge. Instead, they just back away. Okay, there's an AWP covering this angle. Let's try B site.
The Hellraisers aren't falling for this completely. Kucha's still pretty close by. So, all in all, Hellraisers playing it well. They're holding their nerve. Kucha is edging in towards that CT Arch, so it does mean that Schneider will have to be the point man on this.
Look how quick Carrigan's moved.
Exactly. Carrigan's straight up looking for that challenge. Schneider's going to wait it out, though. Try and play it for the plant, but it's going to be difficult. Carrigan's going to be checking the side, and oh my god, Schneider just whiffing the shot then, allowing Carrigan the opportunity, and of course he's going to take it. It's going to be Kucha looking for the way in, but those smokes are down. You've got 4 players basically in that site, and Hellraisers know they're kind of up a certain creek without a paddle at the moment. It's what can you do at this point?
Some brown gooey mess, that's for sure.
Yeah.
TSM going to be 10-4 up, and like you say, 5 rounds max on CT side is not good. It's, I mean, especially up against TSM, who seem to be angered, seem to be answering aggression. Playing it by the numbers this game, no doubt about it. They've been pretty solid throughout. But Hellraisers, they are hanging on to these 3 rifles, and that's really been the story of the game so far. Can Hellraisers hang on to their weapons as the round ends? Because that's just about how it's been rolling. Every time they pick one up, straight away lose it back. They haven't been able to build up any bank at all. Yep. Every time They do manage to pick up a round, they lose another 3 straight afterwards.
It's a pretty punishing map in even that aspect, you know what I mean? It's so hard to build up the economy. It kind of reminds me almost these days of like Dust 2 in a way on the CT side, how hard it is sometimes to build up the economy, especially on this side. But still, look at TSM. We've got Carrigan going with the beautiful weapon that we saw. What was it? Neo signed to actually work with? Or, he had the AUG at least, but this is the SSG. Or SG553. And it's going to be Oscar to kick things off. Carrigan going to find Schneider back. And, well, already make him the most of it.
Now, did Dupree missing that jump literally just save his life? I think it might
have done, yeah.
Didn't now, though. Styko does find him.
Carrigan.
Suddenly it's a... I was about to say a 2-on-3, make it a 1-on-3, as Device is going to have to go huge here. He knows he's got none nearby. Oscar will rescue it. It is half-time, 10-5, so Hellraisers got just about all they could from that game, but it's a great T-side from TSM.
Let's remember, TSM did just double up with an SG553 on the final round. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for the double up. I've just never seen it working perfectly well on the T side on Inferno. Maybe, like, CT side, sure. You know, run it. Run the hell out of that. But T side, not sure. Oscar's just chilling out. I want someone to play. Is it Mary Had a Little Lamb? I think you can play on those. I think you can. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Haven't played Inferno in a while. I just avoid that like the plague these days.
I used to love Inferno. It was one used to be my favorite map for a while. Ironically, it's like it is a map I actually enjoy, which is weird because when you watch it play out, sometimes it's so tactical, and yet clearly the games I play are not tactical whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just I feel I'm always playing retake. You know what I mean? Like it's so polarizing. Yeah. It's just like, oh good, we've lost A again, guys. Sweet, I'm on the way to die.
I'm on the way.
Yeah, it's just grim. Anyway, look at this bio from Hellraisers. Let's get back to the game. As they are going for this. Styko going straight in, or Sticko, I've been told. Sticko. Apologies, I'm bad at pronouncing names.
But it's a Y.
I know. If I'm wrong, tell me. I've been told Styko. If I'm wrong, do tell me, and I'll try and work on it. But still, Styko going in for the Sticko, whatever.
Sticko.
I'm working on it. For the Molly, it's the point I wanted to make for like 20 seconds then. And on the other side, look at the CZs, look at the 5-7. TSM going to take these fights, but Cajun B, just pinpoint accuracy with that USPS.
Just one tap. It's all it needs. I love it when they see the pro players doing that.
And to be fair, Zipnix has been doing this a lot on Train. We saw on the CT side, when he solos out on the B side, he will pick up the CZ, and I guess it works here as well, but he's going to have possibly 2 players pushing towards him.
Did Kucha just get that little peek and may have caught the shoulder of Zipnix as he backed away around the corner, and they're going to double challenge. No, they didn't. Zipnix saw them. I don't think they saw him. And that smoke's going to buy him all the time he needs as he caught a glangle of, well, the bomb carrier as well. I'm pretty sure he caught a glimpse of that strapped on his back. We do see Dupree going for the half rotate, sitting in CT spawn. Carrigan at library. They're sitting deep, sitting passive, and Hellraisers coming in numbers here. All 4 members onto site.
Let's see how this one goes. Dupree's watching the cross, going to count him out. 1, 2, and a third. Carrigan not going to be doing the Cajun B 1-click, but backs up. He wants a little bit of the glory. He gets at least 1. Cajun B still firing on all cylinders from pit. Leaves just Angel standing. And again, look at this man. He's like a surgeon with that gun. It's just unbelievable.
Just 1 taps.
Makes it look so easy.
He doesn't even follow it up. He's just like, yep.
He knows.
Yep, that hit. Yep, that's his head.
It's like the Scream with the AK, you know what I mean? Just 1 tapping away.
Some criminal stuff from him at the weekend.
Oh, it's
criminal.
Disgusting.
When you see teams literally backing away from a site, like, I don't want to challenge. I can hear 1 tap, therefore I know it's Scream looking for my head. Therefore,
screw this.
Like, we need backup, guys. We need backup on this one. We need to challenge it. But going into this round, kids, it is going to be a full-on SMG spree. Just the FAMAS for Carrigan. Everybody else stacking out, looking for those kills for Hellraisers. It's straight clock training, though, for them.
Yeah, Hellraisers were playing a passive, seeing if maybe they'd push out, trying to catch someone out here. But TSM, even though they're just with the SMGs, they're not just pushing straight into this one. They're still trying to keep hold of the armor, the utility as much as possible. And Cajun B, you know, he does it with the USPS, given an SMG, and it's going to go even worse. But Zipnix looked like he actually jumped then.
Yeah.
Did finally catch out Kucha.
Just a panic.
Yeah, it was a panic jump. But
I've never done that. I don't know what you mean.
No, never.
No.
But still, Oscar last man standing. He does have the bomb. He was just in tunnels on Vietnam. And, well, he's got around the back. He might be able to get a sneaky plant if he can take down Zipnix. Maybe. Maybe. He's trying.
I mean, Zipnix has only got 9 health.
He's running
totally
with
doable.
the bomb out, though, Oscar, which may be an issue. We're just like, please!
I'm going to just plant it as quick as I humanly can.
Just go for it.
Launches himself down. So, TSM pick up the 2nd pistol, and of course, the following round. So, no being caught out there, and obviously that's why they were playing passively there. We did see so many of those 2nd rounds going the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Switching across. Hellraisers, though, didn't force into it. They saved and made sure... Well, it's a full save, which actually you very rarely see these days.
Yeah,
full save coming out there. But Galil's and AKs are out for Hellraisers. Let's see what they can get here. along with their full assortment of head armor. So the SMG that dupreeh is hanging on to and Device won't be quite so successful. But this is aggressive stuff from Device and dupreeh, clearly feeling confident with that deep smoke on Banana.
Why not?
Look at it. Three-man crawl through apartments. It's Xyp9x is holding the angle.
He can just spray for days here. He doesn't want to take the risk. He knows they've got rifles and he's got backup. KGB comes to play. He does fall to Oscar's hand. And actually, they took it a little too lightly. Went for this easy rather than the reload. Allowed Oscar the chance there. But look at this. Device straight away catches out Angel. But that bomb will be able to go down on the A site. Schneider going to slow them down towards CT. Oh, Quad, excuse me. He's actually going to go for the peak on this.
Risky.
This is good. This could work out. But dupreeh just comes leaping in with the, with the SMG. It just shouldn't happen like that. Like, this, literally, Schneider was holding the angle. He'd played it well, he put the smoke down, and dupreeh just like bunny hops in, like, hey guys, what's up? Like, I'm just gonna retake this. So TSM,
Confidence.
I guess, but still, yeah, this is looking a little bit disastrous for Hellraisers. They can finally go on the proper buy here, at least to the rifles. Probably no AWP could be coming out to play. Even a Galil there for Angel, but yeah, it is what it is. TSM on Inferno, you're only going to be able to get so many chances against them until they start getting away with it. And actually, Carrigan going to go for the AWP here, something we saw more and more commonly happening. He'll pick it up every now and then, and he's always been good at it. This is one of the maps, along with Mirage, I've always thought he's been one of the pivotal players on, and let's see what he can do here. No one taking that early challenge.
It's going to be four-man stack straight up second mid, but look how deep KGB's gone. Very aggressive in towards Benchset. Does get caught out eventually. Carrigan caught Angel down the bottom of mid, and Device is pushed all the way down through Banana, through towards T-spawn.
Hence why dupreeh is already rotating. He knows the Device is going to look. There's no one down Banana. I'm literally in their spawn. They're in second mid. They're in apps. It's the theory of if they're not here, we know where they are. You don't have to see the players to understand where they're going. And Carrigan is trained on this angle. If they push through here rather than Boiler, they're screwed. And dupreeh's just going to drop down a smoke like, yeah, you don't want to go out Boiler. You don't want to do that. You want to go the other way and just feed it in towards Carrigan. Just feed the beast. 50 seconds left and Device is slowly closing in as well. And Hellraisers is like, I've got a feeling they might know where we are.
I think the chicken was taunting Carrigan there. He kept flicking across to it. Ooh, dupreeh's been caught out here. Now Carrigan, just with an AWP in hand, this is a big challenge for him. He's only got 13 health.
I want them to wrap B, Hellraisers. I don't know how they know this.
Carrigan caught a glimpse of that. Did he? Not sure. Device does get taken down.
They should go B. They really should go B here.
Oscar's going to catch him around the corner. Oh, they just ran headlong into them. He was expecting, like you said, should have gone B. Expecting them to go B, but instead they were sticking around Library. Very long, deliberate, delayed tactic there from Hellraisers. Working out. You said about it, TSM. They didn't respect Oscar coming through apartments. Three-man stack. And they managed to catch him out. Oscar, double going for Julius. You know, why not? After they collected the AWP off Carrigan's body.
Did he mean to? Who knows? They did get buffed at some point. He's got a nice skin on them. You know, I'm trying to find some.
Well, he didn't need to buy a gun. He just thought, you know what? I'll buy some pistols.
I always find that if I buy like a gun to complement with the AWP, I always actually end up losing that round.
Yeah.
So anyway, to the point here, Device is holding that peak on towards Banana. Slightly passive here, but he will probably have at least one shot. You can see that Molly go for right towards that spot. He's going to back out very early on and just adjust accordingly. But Hellraiser's slowing things down. The only difference being TSM are double stacking out in apps. That could mean real trouble for Kucha here. The first shot's going to come in. Xyp9x misses it. But he had faith in KGB then to hold his back in case needed. And he will stick around, put down the smoke, as Schneider does slowly encroach.
They're going to back away and expect the push. They've also got Carrigan with them. But it's Banana where Hellraisers are currently stacking out. So maybe just trying to keep their attention over towards A site. But dupreeh's got himself tucked into Porch. Device just got tagged heavily there. dupreeh and Porch not going to work out for him. Styko expecting this one. And there's going to be a lot of spray going on towards him. dupreeh just trying to hang around, flashed out for days. So much smoke, so much flashes. He's going to catch on to Kucha. 3 HP or not, he does get one. Device gets a second. Oh, Device took a shot at his teammate there. Luckily managed to whiff the shot. Carrigan's the one that gets challenged. He tries to push through too aggressively, but Device is still yet to get cleaned out. He gets himself another, makes it 2, but now it's down to KGB and Xyp9x on the retake.
They do have the Mag 7s as well, so they shouldn't be able to do this, but it's a double AWP from Hellraisers? What on earth is going on here? All right. There we go. KGB's going to have the shot. He gets attacked, and oh my god, the Julie's come out. I doubted it. Oscar proved me wrong. Julie's for life, all right? And now Zipnix, he's going to get shut down as well. And against the odds, once they got rid of Device chilling out on Nubox, Hellraisers did manage to take over the site, and I'm so surprised that happened, considering how well Device was flashing out for Carrigan to make the most of that, but his position was known. He was super low, and then Hellraisers put bodies into the site. But yeah, interesting round.
Interesting round, yes. Double AWP setup for Hellraisers.
On the T side. I don't like double AWPs on the T side.
Well, I mean, it is just a pistol train for TSM.
Exactly, and that's the danger.
Yeah.
You can so easily lose out as an AWP to just pistols running at you. Don't get me wrong. You'll see people like Device probably like mow people up, but still, it's dangerous.
Well, Device is about to get caught out, or the nade catching him on sandbags there. Oscar, though, managing to cut down Cajun B. That's Device dropping over on B site, and that's going to be Dupree dropping. B site carved wide open, but they're not interested. They did manage to get themselves 2 kills here, though. Carrigan managing to collect some bodies, tries to switch across, gets himself an AWP. Now this is suddenly risky. Kucha's gonna try and go for the challenge. Pushes out, does catch a glimpse of Carrigan's backside, flashing past towards CT Arch. And Angel covers off the angle, but Carrigan going for the repeat. Psycho's gonna get the bomb plant, I feel. Pretty sure they want to get that AWP out of Carrigan's hand, though.
They are looking for it. Carrigan's just playing it out, trying to buy time. Just slowly moving through, just finding a corner and be like, just leave me alone. I'm happy here. This is his little, zen spot. Just chilling out. But Sticko and Kucha will be on the hunt. They're checking through apps. They're looking for it. Psycho's going to be going. But there's a lot to clear, to be fair. I think anyone who's pushed quad any time in their life will know how many angles there are of this. And they are looking for it. Carrigan's heard them, though. And just tucking away hide and seek it is. And it looks like Carrigan may just be the winner of this one. Oh, my God. No, Sticko just ruins it. Hide and seek champion of at least round 6 on their T side.
Almost worked there, Carrigan. So close. Didn't fire. He could have fired, but decided to just sit and pray in the corner. Eyes closed. But TSM, they do have enough to buy into this one. A couple of rifles. You can see that UMP as well for Device, which has been put to good work in the past. But it's 13-8. Hellraisers on a bit of a tear here. Getting themselves 3 rounds back. Can they keep TSM at bay? They've still got a lot of work to do. 10-5 was the first half score.
Dupree got a little stuck on the pillars then and actually took a lot more damage than expected, so that may be an issue down the line, but thus far it looks like Hellraisers are setting up towards the TEPs. They're trying to get some map control here, just build their way through. They know that TSM on occasion have been pushing into it, so they want to clear it out fairly meticulously, but Zipnix and Cajun B playing a little further back now, trying to set up slightly deeper crossfires, and Carrigan having to run with the M4, just waiting patiently by CT Arch. And actually Device has come across as well, so 4 players now on this A site for TSM, maybe trying to read into what Hellraiser's been doing, but that bomb is not committing anywhere near here. Carrigan's going to flash himself through, going to go look for clear out, and he's going to find Kucha, and it looks like TSM are just going aggressive, just trying to find these challenges, but maybe trying to feed the beast, and then they push through and get met by Device, but still, it's a dangerous way to play it. That bomb still yet to commit. They're trying to find out the information here. And if they take down Dupree, that means B is open.
Oh, Device read the time in there, but Dupree, as you said, was taken down. That does open up B's site. And there comes the wraparound as well. Hellraisers clearing out A. A is actually the site where they're going to. B's completely empty, but they are looking towards Cajun B and Zipnix. Now, Cajun's going to get 1, and the rest, problem is, they know where he is now. Drops into pit, yeah, easy angle for them. Zipnix does manage to wrap around. Can he get a second over on quad? Not quite catching the angle there. Just position himself to push around the corner rather than expecting Kucha to be so close. And it will be another round for Hellraisers. Starting to clock them up here. 4-3 in this second half. T-side for Hellraisers. But they've got some work to do still. But that's going to force TSM on another save.
Yeah, it's actually kind of dangerous here. A lot of smoke's being brought up by TSM. I want to see how they play this one out. Maybe just trying to buy time, bring them close, try and redefine some of the lines of the map here. But Carrigan just really attacking plant pots. He's got a real problem with them. But still, I feel the TSM is kind of taking these risky challenges, kind of, Carrigan leaping through, trying to, flash himself in like that. But it has allowed Hellraisers the room to get back into this. Cajun B is going to be removed away from the apps. But yeah, it has opened up opportunities for Hellraisers. And it has allowed the likes of Oscar to build up the economy so he can get the AWP in his hands. But it does worry me when I still hear those deagles.
Yeah, Oscar sitting on just close to 7,000 right now. And with AWP and full assortment. He's been sitting on the Julius for quite a while now. I remember when he bought them. But this 3-stack from TSM could work out. That's one smoke that's down. He's going to get cleared out. Zipnix has still got himself a second smoke, but he's all the way back in pit. And that's not where Hellraisers are looking to hit. They're single duelists. Everybody's seen that happy clip. The ace. dupreeh trying to emulate that, trying to get some lucky shots here. They are managed to get a slight tag on Styko, but they're already through. Karrigan just catches a glimpse, says dupreeh, just unload, do what you can, keep them at bay, but it's not happening. And Hellraisers flush out that site without any problems whatsoever. Zipnix, the sole man, with his CZ in hand, and Schneider is expecting to come around the corner. Not going to quite finish it though. Schneider looking a little unconfident tonight. Does manage to close it out in the end.
Schneider can be one of those players that just goes absolutely insane. I'm trying to think of what map it was that he just absolutely went off on one. I think it was Train, I'm not too sure. Maybe wrong, but he does have those occasional games where he can just fall into that frag and roll, and he really does excel. But at the moment, I guess when you've got the likes of Oscar playing out of his mind and Angel not too far away, he's not really required to. We are going to be seeing Device back on the AWP now. This is something we're finally going to be looking towards seeing. And this before changed the game for Device. He was having a very slow start to their T side. Once he got this AWP to hand, he started to build into it. But now, going to look at the peak down towards Banana. Nothing there, and it looks like Hellraisers are speeding up slightly towards second mid.
Zipnix is holding balcony, KGB at quad. It's Oscar that's creeping his way through. Very cautious. KGB is about to get challenged here though, as is Karrigan. Karrigan and CT Arch gets cleared out. dupreeh's going to come around that corner. He's going to catch on towards one. KGB is pushing around. If he goes for the peak, catches out, could get the double spray down, and he will. And this attack has been stopped completely in its tracks. Oscar's the only man up close and personal with that AWP. Don't forget he's got his Julius as well. But this is a big ask. You can see, look at that. KGB holding graveyard angle. Will catch him out. Zipnix will pick up the kill. And a clean round overall from TSM there. Just the one-man Karrigan going down at CT Arch.
Yeah, and KGB's adjustment on that second kill was outstanding. But still, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just, watch this. I love this little bit of work. He got such of a tag and just like instantly adjusts for it. Like, not even gonna let you have a shot, Sticker. Not a chance in hell. But really, really well done to them. They're so strong in A with the flashing of each other, kind of doing the pop flashes in, allowing them to retake control of things like CT Arch. They don't always have to instantaneously challenge. But still, Oscar did get found out in the end. He didn't have the round that I was hoping for, but Device gonna be opting to play a little further back now. Oh, actually, no, going back for more. He's feeling confident here. He wants this challenge, and there's two players not too far. They're going to have to commit a lot to push Device away from here. Two mollies, actually, to clear him out.
It does flush him back. Oscar, meanwhile, was holding the angle. Now, Device does get one. That's Angel that peeked around on Banana. So, clearly, they didn't push him hard enough because he has managed to keep them at bay. Schneider, though, about to push out of Boiler. He's got Kucha with him. Snaking up. Bomb's been left at the moment over on A side, so you can only assume that's where they're going. Oscar's going to come around in towards Apps and pick that up. But TSM are sending Karrigan back over to B, so they've switched roles. Device has come all the way over towards A site now. He's the one holding the angle in Karrigan's spot. I think they're expecting this. And immediately, oh, Device doesn't quite land the shot. Gets tagged up pretty heavily. Tries to get into Library, down to 9 health. Schneider's making the wraparound, but he's low as well. Kucha's going to join him. Device not landing the cross shot there, but now the wraparound is on. They've got themselves in towards B site. It's Karrigan and dupreeh that are in trouble.
Yeah, two misses from Device and has completely opened up this avenue of attack. And now Karrigan, as you mentioned, with dupreeh, going to be sitting this one back, trying to play as much of the time. There is only 17 seconds, so they want to just buy every single second of it. And now dupreeh's going to commit for the peak, but the bomb is going down in the smoke. That's Oscar doing the dirty work, and now TSM are behind enemy lines. They're going to go back in for the challenge, and look at this. They might just have a shot at it. Karrigan's found Kucha. dupreeh's in the smoke. That's exactly where Oscar is. Oscar is right next to him. This is dangerous stuff from Oscar. He's got players left, right, and center. He's leaving Schneider to do the work, but look at it. He waited out too long. He misses the shot. Karrigan takes him down, and the bomb will be defused.
For a moment there was a little bit of friendly fire going back and forth. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. My mind was casting back to the Mousesports Envious game 2 weeks ago, and also actually at the Major. There was a lot of friendly fire incidents throughout that tournament, but so close. Oscar almost pulling it off there, but they just didn't clear the corners. They didn't check out New Box. They didn't clear out Emo or Dark, whichever you'd prefer to call it, in that back corner. But 15-10, match point for TSM here. Finally looking to close things out. Oscar's gone for the Kraken, and we'll see if it works out for him. as it is. Angel's going to be the one that pushes up. Device, though, again, holding that angle, and we saw how much they had to expend to try and flush him out last time.
Schneider is so aggressively looking for this peek towards CT Arch, and he was pushed so far up to try and get Carrigan down, but looks like Device wants to be the man to show him how it's down on Banana, but it's only Angel down there. The rest of Hellraisers trying to slow themselves up towards second mid, just build up towards it. They still got, a couple of smokes, and that's going to help them out. Device going down at B may open it up, but there's Dupree waiting ever so patiently. Will he expect Oscar this close?
Well, Dupree is going to push up into car now. As you said, Oscar up close and personal. And he's going to have... Oh, they're going to back on through Schneider. All he can hear is the guns. But he sees the guns. He saw the guns go over the fence, but he doesn't manage to land the shots. Got a good clip on towards Oscar, but he still gets away with his life. Manages to pull himself back. Now they're going to push out a boiler, and it's Zipnix with that molly that's going to try and slow them down. That's the smoke going down. That's going to keep them locked out. Cajun B also doing the same. So actually, Hellraiser's going to have to wait for the clock. It's only 30 seconds on the timer now. They're just hanging on in there. Carrigan and Dupree are the ones that will take the rotate. They're sunning in Banana. So Dupree's going to push down Banana. Carrigan, I think, is going to go through Speedway. They expect this push on A.
And they know they don't have time for the wrap here, so they can just wait it out. Sticker's the one with the bomb, but Schneider does catch out Cajun B at least. But that's still Zipnix waiting. Time is of the essence. It's down to 2. Zipnix and Carrigan. What can they do here? Zipnix buying time. He gets down 1. He gets down 2. He's now going to have to put off the 4K to get this one in the bag. Flashes up and over. 6 seconds left. Time is running out. They have to push him, but there is no time surely for this. But no, look at it. They do catch him out. How the hell did this happen?
That was on the cusp. Honestly, that last kill, it was...
That could have been, what, 2 seconds left?
Yeah, 1-2 seconds, and he actually went for the flash as well and almost caught him in the back. Finally got caught out there. They were very, very, very close stop there from TSM. 15-11. Hellraisers dragged themselves another round. They are not done and dusted yet. Dupree gone with the Mag 7, and, money is too tight to mention right now. Because remember, they did just pick themselves back up that round, and again, immediately breaking the bank. Hellraisers, though, looking to try and quicken the pace here. It's Carrigan and Dupree this time over on B side. Device on the rotate. He's coming through Speedway towards him, but 4 members of Hellraisers all grouped up like a gaggle of geese as they push through on towards B side.
Oh god, and Dupree does at least get the tag towards 1, but it's Device to greet them at the back of the site. Nice nade from Carrigan comes out, does catch Kucherov, and now 4v3. Hellraisers are being ripped to shreds.
Carrigan not cleared out. Device doing work. Styko, the last man standing. He's all caught in the corner, and the whole of TSM are now bearing down on him. Device is going to angle himself up. The second Styko peeks himself around that corner, sitting on the fountain, hoping that he doesn't get caught. That's going to flush him out. You can't sit there anymore. And Zipnix manages to end the game. It's TSM that will take it. 16-11, I believe, in the end there. Very close, though, overall. Great little T-side from Hellraisers. If only they'd have stepped it up a little bit more over on CT, could have definitely challenged that match.
Exactly. I think that's the major point here. I was a little bit taken back with how well they played it out on their T-side. Oscar, again, being so big for that team. I'm thoroughly impressed. Angel had his rounds as well, but it's been a really quite an Oscar-based show, considering that map doesn't quite complement Orpa's. He found his room, but as did Device. So both of those players certainly showing us that you can achieve some insanely good stuff with the Orb if required. But still, TSM picking up the victory in the end, considering how, we saw them off to a shaky start. Device not having the best of games. The first 2 rounds going Hellraiser's way. It was looking a little bit dangerous then. But when those rifles came out, their T-side was good. It was well-oiled, and it looked dangerous. But the thing is, it's not over for these 2 teams. They've still got another map to go.
Yeah, once Device got out of their AWP, it was all good for them. And as you mentioned, the next match coming up will be Hellraisers versus TSM, once again on Cash. Don't forget, though, to check out the esports app, the Score esports app. It is an esports app, no doubt about it. You can get that for iOS or Android. Don't forget, going over there, check out that link, download it. Keeps you updated on all the information as and when it happens.
Indeed, and if you do check it out well enough, you can see when these 2 teams actually went head-to-head last. And one of those results is actually on Cash, and Hellraisers actually won it. So
yes.
Maybe check it out, get your information ready if you want to get your bets in or get your Vulcan teams prepared for it, of course, all supporting each other well there. But yeah, I'm excited for the next one. There's a lot of history on this map, and TSM aren't flawless on Cash, so this could be a good map for them.
Yeah, well, we'll see you then in just a few moments. We got the same teams ready. We're just waiting for the map to get themselves back in, and we'll be ready to go.
Started, but yeah, for me, this is the chance for Hellraisers. If they're going to get a map over TSM, it would have to start now, and Zipnix going to be stabbed as well. It's going to make it a little easier.
Just start things off, yeah. Just give it a quick stab. Why not? Well, Hellraisers won the last knife round pretty convincingly. We'll see if they can do the same. But as I mentioned, very good map overall for Hellraisers. Not so much for the knife round, it would appear. Doesn't matter, that stab didn't make much difference on Zipnix. He's still alive. And it will be TSM. I'd say still alive, not for much longer as Debris gets in there. TSM will start out looking like to be the CT side start. Interesting side. I mean, really, we've saw this match so many times on Cash, and it can swing either way. This is so heavily team dependent, this map, on who can really carry on CT or T.
The one thing I want to look at is if Hellraisers are going to do the play to A, utilizing the Molotov. It's something we saw them doing not too long ago, but they may have adapted this. It's a T-side thing. Whether or not they do exactly the same thing, rinse and repeat, is up to them. But we're going to find out very soon. It's going to be Kucha picking that one up with the smoke, so you can see the utility being set to it. They have previously put him through Squeaky before, or just left him in main and planted towards it. But actually, massive stack through at mid, and Sticko just going straight over. Carrigan's going to back up a little and maybe try and take his time, play a little more of a passive angle.
Yeah, Carrigan, well, he tried to, but he just got rushed in the end. Angel catching him. That was from the entrance. They're just trying to catch him through. They're trying to push on towards B side. They're pushing every angle. Sticko's carrying the Bon over towards A, though. So Angel's being that distracting force. There's that smoke they had down. And TSM making use of all the utility they had. Got drawn hook, line, and sinker into this one. Dupree, he's gone for the rotate and realized there's nobody here. So now they're all trying to make that rotate, but they're all coming from the CT side. And Hellraisers have this very much covered off. 5 members still alive. It's unusual you see such a heavy pistol round with so many people alive and then the bomb plant down.
Yeah, and he's just going to be using the molly to buy time here to kind of funnel TSM into one angle on the retake, which is what they're doing. It's allowing Kucha to go a little bit crazy there. He does at least catch out KGB, but Zipnix still looking for those one taps, but Sticko says no. Takes him down, and Device creeping in towards Quad. Going to catch out Schneider, but there's Angel, there's Sticko, and there's the lockdown. Well set out round by Hellraisers. I said that, you can play it out a little more puggy, but that was a very well choreographed round from them.
I was just about to say, TSM were in a great position. They had taken Forklift, they had taken over towards Quad, so suddenly they had it really nicely covered off, but then the rest of the team just poured out of A main. That just shut them down. But it's going to be a Mac 10 for Kucha. Oh, we're going to see a bit of a force. Got a bit of Deagles coming in here. So let's see if this works out. We have seen it work in the past, especially on Cash. Yeah,
exactly my point. You look back historically, this is one of the maps where you can kind of like jiggle peek your way through it and then kind of back away consistently. Already TSM were playing the A side fairly passive from by truck, and Schneider though going to get an easy little starter out towards Carrigan, and Device waiting ever so patiently in case they'd done that stack over mid again, and Cajun B also setting up for it. So it looks like TSM were looking towards this, and Zipnix will catch out Schneider, so a bit of a trade on that one, but I don't know if Device is going to get the gun dropping on his side. Doesn't seem as though it has, as that one is now loose. But Hellraisers once again eyeing up that A side.
You can just imagine Device sat there looking up like, come on, just slide down a little further. Not going to work out though. And that will be A side opened up. Angel doing the work required. Dupree on the rotate. He's going to be at truck. Device coming from short. Dupree tried that little flick. Not going to work out. Tries a second couple of peeks onto Sticko. Not able to catch him in A main. And that will be the bomb plant coming in from Kucha. Oh, Oscar does get dinked down. Device finds himself one. KGB's going to try and creep his way around this smoke. Gets tagged out in the meantime, though. Oh, that nade doing some serious work there. Caught 2 of them. And Kucha will pick himself up a very easy double there. And Angel closes it out. So Hellraisers do secure themselves that second round.
Yeah, important stuff for them as well. Keeping 3 players alive, rifles into practice. Schneider might be left a little bit awkward, might need to be dropped out in this, or he might just go for the utility purchase and support those rifles there. And on the other side of things, TSM can't really afford much, so it might be a very clean round. Cajun B's got enough to maybe get a 5-7 there. You can see Carrigan or maybe Zipnix buying up as well if they fancied it, but only a P250, so a very clean round from them. Not stacking out anywhere, playing it just standard. And if they can catch someone out, that's absolutely perfect, but they shouldn't have the chance to. There's enough mollies, there's enough work here for Hellraisers to do what they did before, and that's what they're doing. They're just going to take over mid, take the long-range battles, and deny any sort of chance that those pistols may offer.
Yeah, Hellraisers complete control of mid there. They caught Carrigan out early. Managed to shred him down to 11. And that's just give them the confidence. Dupree's is looking to go for a little peek here. And, oh, unfortunately for him, Angel did just happen to take a look that way. Got a good dink on him, though, but not enough. They're all setting up to go through Cajun B with welcoming arms, hoping that they come through. Oscar getting dinked down as well. Suddenly these pistols are starting to do a little bit of damage
TSM
here.
are reading this correctly. They've actually got 2 players already by this B site. Cajun B's in a little bit of a predicament, don't get me wrong, but Zimnix here is going to start helping out. Karrigan already rotating over. This is actually good stuff. Cajun B can be massive. He's going to take down 1. Looks for 5. He gets... No! Sticko stays alive on 2 HP. And Karrigan lurking in the depths on the site, clicking away, just looking for that 1 tap. Can't get it either, but look at the HP. And Zimnix does have a P250. He's got enough bullets to make this happen. Everyone's low, barring Angel. He could easily take down these players.
He's got to play it right, and with that smoke down, it's about to clear. They've only got flashes left now. Kucha's the one with the flashes. He's got himself tucked in towards Checkers. Zipnix is going to peek around the side. Doesn't manage to find Angel. And they will close out the round. But as you said, very, very tight. Just 2 health for Sticko. Kucha was on down to 10 as well. Could have been so different. But now we see TSM investing fully. And with just pistols, they managed to do a lot of damage. Let's see. Orbs on both sides of the board. Karrigan and Oscar seemingly going to stick with this one. Does get himself them Julius as well. But yeah, Karrigan stick with the open side of device.
Yeah, it may just be positional. It may be just how they fancy it. It might be spawn-based, to be fair.
It's going to be the sole man on A.
Yep. So Oscar's going to be taking the challenge towards mid. Gets Zipnix down instantly. That is a huge advantage for absolutely nothing. Didn't take a single piece of damage, barely used utility, and gave away nothing. Perfect start for Hellraisers.
Yeah, that leaves Karrigan alone now. He was like the backup man that was going to come up and support him at forklift. So Karrigan going to be feeling the pressure over there, no doubt about it. Device on these sandbags, hoping that Oscar's going to go for a second peek, but it's not happening. He's holding the angle. Kucha lining up that smoke. Everything is coming A way. And TSM need to start rotating faster because Karrigan's going to have to do some serious work.
Yeah, this is actually going to kind of almost negate Karrigan's position. It's going to make it a lot harder, so you can see they've kind of cut off pieces of this A site, and Karrigan's desperate to find a little bit of an angle, but it's drawn the players closer. Great flashes to follow as well. Karrigan down to nothing. Devices find Sticko. Karrigan up close and personal. Finds 2! That's massive from Karrigan. Schneider and Oscar removed, leaving just Kucha alive, and the difference one player being confident can make.
Karrigan, he had nowhere to go but forward, and it works out so well for him. That up close and personal. Oscar obviously tried the same thing, didn't quite work out for him. Karrigan manages to stick that shot, and wow, what a big difference play that was. Hellraisers trying to set play, not managing to clear the sites. The one man that was defending it, they couldn't clear. Hello! Just thought I'd say hi. Hi, guys. Just thought I'd...
We're just chilling.
Just chilling. Well, there we are. We're back in the game. Beautiful. You caught a glimpse of my belly. It's beautiful.
Oh. I thought you were like taking off your shirt. I was like, why are you doing that?
No, I didn't take my shirt off.
I know you're excited about this game, but that's a little
Karrigan
extreme.
got that excited, I managed to just start stripping off. But Karrigan, with that up, has got himself back in towards mid. And it does look like Zipnix is the man that's going to be all alone on A site. But this time, Hellraiser is going to be a lot more cautious.
Double AWP means a device can kind of... Ooh, tell a lie. Karrigan and Dupree running. Where the hell's Dupree? Oh, he's on B, that's why. Okay. Alright, so that confused me for a second. So Oscar's gone down again. He's not quite having the game that I wanted to have just yet, but still, it's early days. He did get a great little pick earlier on. In mid towards Zipnix, but now TSM back in control here. And I quite like this play. They kind of leave one player towards the A site, whether it be Karrigan, whether it's Zipnix, and the others play off high away or somewhere else. It makes it a lot harder for Team Steelers full executes, and it does mean that they can kind of pull players in and out. But Hellraiser's being very tentative here. They're looking for an opening, and they're just not getting it. As simple as that. Kucha, Sticko, and Schneider now kind of edging towards this A site, but Karrigan's now spotted out one of them. He's going to go back for seconds. He's going to find Kucha. Now they're starting to line up. That's his second. But already Zipnix in the perfect spot. They've seen the bomb drop, and Zipnix can just wait it out. And slowly, Sticko does actually ice skate in towards Zipnix, and Sticko going back in for more.
Yeah, it did seem to be just edging backwards there, but Dupree with the second AWP, lining up the shot from Truck, and they will manage to rescue that one. So 3-2, TSM working their way back into this one. Hellraisers, how are they going to force? Are they going to hang on? Is it just going to be a straight up eco? Looking like it might be. They did this in the previous match. It went for a full eco. It's rare you see these days, and it is going to be a full eco. Ah, that one P250. God damn you, Angel. And now the deagle pops in.
Well, I think they're going to have to double eco this way. I'm not too sure. I'll have to see. Still, look at this one. Karrigan going away and out. The deagles are pretty deadly, to be completely honest, but Pretty Dupree going to find Schneider, which just kind of alleviates any pressure at this point. It looks like that late kind of mid boost. Going to try and pressure Karrigan, but he just readjusts. Doesn't look all that phased by it. He's got to be careful, though. you can see the pressure starting to mount here. They are peaking every single time, and they're trying to close in, but Carrigan just swats them away with one swift flick of the wrist, and it's all down to Oscar, who Cajun B will have the shot on.
Carrigan stacking up the kills, like 7 in the last 3 rounds, sorry. As soon as he got hold of that AWP, he's not messed around. Minimum of 2 around. I mean, this was obviously against Nico, so nevertheless, still happy when you land them shots. 3-3 all square. Double AWP seems to be working well for TSM once they've managed to balance out their economy. Device is going to be the one that challenges once again up close in the mid. Seeing this time if Oscar's going to get boosted over, but not to be.
Oh, they're doing the boost.
It is going to be a fast push. They're into checkers. Angel and Kucha already in.
If they back away into that stack, into that boost, I'll be devastated for them. But it does seem as though TSM putting plays on towards the B side, and Device just going to get flashed out there. Mid control exchanged over, but Carrigan keeps his hand in the matter, and that means that mid will not go over to Hellraisers just yet. However, 3 players still waiting. Could be difficult, and Cajun B is going walkabouts, and slowly but surely Hellraisers are funneling out of B, but now they're coming back. That's 2 players on the way. Cajun B's going to be met again. This time, they're going to have weapons, and Cajun is not going to have the chance at it. Quickly, though, Dupree is there. He's watching, and he's getting the shots done.
Manages to land one. Can he get the second? Wasn't quite catching on the angle. Will instead just try and let a few loose. Carrigan's going to be up above as well. And that's going to be a re-smoke coming through. Carrigan will manage to catch the planter. Now he's going to peek across towards headshot. Gets a little glimpse, and Dupree's got himself on site. He finds another with Zipnix. And the final man, Sticko, will get cut down. And TSM, well, they didn't really need a retake. The bomb didn't actually get planted in the end there. TSM will secure themselves another round and keep hold of those AWPs. That's a more important thing. They're not losing weapons. Their economy is starting to look very good. Device is the only one that's low on cash. Everybody else pretty comfy right now. And it is another Deagle round coming out of Hellraisers.
I have a horrible feeling the economy's not going to get much better for Hellraisers, but they are keeping it fairly close, though, score-wise. That's the thing. And I think it's one of the maps where it's still fairly equal to T and CT, even though you could probably look up the bias and be like, no, there's like a 5% difference. But still, I always find this is a relatively well-balanced map to T and CT. But Zipnix going to be put to bed by Sicko real quickly, trying to take that challenge, but Device, he was waiting. And he hasn't had the biggest days today, but I'm hoping he does get that AWP a little later on. But it does seem as though Dupree's been picking it up. Carrigan doing the same, but the straight-up exchange, not ideal, but at least one bit of silver lining here for TSM is that really Hellraisers can't recover these rifles that have been lost.
Yeah, they're pretty deep right now, and Hellraisers still spread very much across the map. Angel still down here in B. It's looking like the rotate is going to go towards A site. Sticko's the man that's about to peak, but Device is still there. Sticko makes the cross. Gets a little glimpse, and Angel manages to find Carrigan in the mid there. Suddenly it's a 2-on-3 advantage. They all have the Deagle in hand. Still, as you mentioned, no rifles recovered. But those Deagles are doing work, as we've seen so often on Cash. The Device, though, is going to catch one coming through. Gets himself a second. Can he make it a third? He's out of bullets. Has to switch over to the USP. He's got time to reload. He's just going to go for that flash instead. And, of course, he's got the support of Cajun B now at truck.
Yeah, but Kucha's already kind of slipped past there, but I think Device knows that. Cajun B pushed for it and made sure that he didn't get the chance to challenge down Device. But well played to Device to deal with all those players just kind of pouring towards him. Didn't take too much of a bit of damage, and he can build up his economy as well, which is what he needs to do individually. He's on 4.2k now, so he's getting a little bit more comfortable as I squeak the chair by turning. Oh, that's not annoying. And it sounds like, you know, like nails down a chalkboard. That was really unpleasant.
Yeah.
All right, so Oscar's got a good spawn. He's got the AWP. Finally what I want to see here. I want to start seeing Hellraisers making more of an impact. It seems like they've kind of shied away a little. TSM starting to get that little bit of dominance. And Oscar waiting for a more aggressive peak. I guess that I haven't really seen them being too aggressive by this point, but let's see what they can work out.
Yeah, they only went for it once. And that's maybe all it took to keep them cautious. Sticko, as soon as he goes for this door, could get caught out by Device. Device, so just peeking across the side there. Sticko trying to get a couple of shots through, but nothing landing. Carrigan, nothing to be found for him in the mid. It's Schneider and Kucha that are holding very passively, very deep, making sure that Dupree doesn't go wandering. Nobody from TSM goes looking for that backstab. Heavy smokes over on A site right now, which has drawn the attention of 3 members of TSM. Carrigan, Device, and Zipnix all stacked out there, but as of yet, with 45 seconds on the clock, Hellraisers is yet to push.
Yeah, the bomb's making its way towards... Well, it's going towards A, but they are going to try and get some mid presence. So Cajun B is going to be the man to try and back this up. So it looks like a 3-2 split to... I don't know. Sticko's just going walkabouts in mid, it seems. They want to try and get a little bit of the attention drawn away, but there's 3 players from TSM waiting here. Carrigan was 1. He's now down, and actually Sticko did get the shot off first towards Cajun B, but Cajun wins it out, forcing Zipnix to go in for the challenge now. He's going to find Oscar. He's going to get 2 more as well. You don't need to ask that man twice. And now Schneider, last man standing, fed to the machine. There's Zipnix, just waiting it out on the A side, closing down with 4 that round, picking up the AWP. He does everything for his side.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff there, no doubt about it. 6-3 TSM, starting to look very confident, and as you said, Zipnix just getting the double spray there onto Kucha and Angel, holding the angle, and when Carrigan goes down, and the problem is, they're managing to collect these AWPs every single round. They've kept hold of these 2 AWPs for, what, 5 rounds running, I think it is now, 5 or 6 round running. And it's causing problems for Hellraisers, because that bank is building up more and more and more for TSM. They're really not losing that many people. And now Carrigan once again getting challenged in mid, and that was the bomb carrier, Sticko. And that bomb is now dropped in mid.
Just trying to fly over to see where it's dropped. Wow, that's really awkward.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get Schneider to win out these duels because they're about to boost someone in towards those vents. And that's going to be Cajun B pretty much being on watch here. There's 3 players in mid. He's going to pick up the slack. He peeks out of the vent. Carrigan's still there to create a crossfire. And Hellraiser's just into the meat grinder. They can't even break out of mid here. And I'm surprised no one's pushed out of B yet or A just to pick up these final 2. But yeah, a really disastrous round to lose the bomb in that sort of instance.
Tag, well, doesn't need a second peek, that's for sure. Cajun B is going to push on round. Oscar's going to be the man that challenges, and he will find a head, but just so much to do here. Zipnix will close him down, and again, those 2 AWPs continue to carry on through. 7-3 for TSM. Their economy is booming right now. Can't say the same for Hellraisers. They can afford to buy up on this one, but it will be a bit of a force with Galils if they go for it. There's the Tech-9s popping in as well, so starting to get desperate times for Hellraisers.
Yeah, and you can't really blame them. They only got 3 rounds. They need so much more. We were saying this is a map they're good on, they're strong on, but it's been quiet for everyone excluding Angel. And really, they need to pick up the slack here. I don't know what else to say, but it looks like they might just speed up the pace. That's something that did kind of start working out from a little bit on Inferno not too long ago. And maybe just doing this full commitment, just trying to use what they've got. They've got the flashes, they've got a couple of smokes. But last time, it was the raid boss Zipnix. And don't get me wrong, Device has been important, but it's down to Zipnix now. Look at these guys fighting towards the side. Zipnix finds one, Sticko finds Carrigan. It's down to this one man. He's fallen. Sticko, just a one-man band right now.
Doing great work, but Cajun B will cut him down. 3-on-2. Bomb finally down for Hellraisers. And it's Dupree and Cajun B. Dupree looking to go for the challenge. He was looking for a second weapon there, but there was only another AWP. It was Carrigan's, and now he's all alone. Not going to go for the challenge here. Looks like he wants to save. He's going to back away. I mean, cash is great for them, but there's no reason to challenge in a 1v3. Dupree happy to let this one go. They've got enough rounds already. 7-3. No need to pressure yourself too much.
Also doesn't want to give them the AWP, bearing in mind Kucha's still got the Galil. They know that.
Oscar's just rescued Carrigan's AWP in the mid, yeah.
So the one thing I want to say is pretty much Sticko picking up 3 kills then to open up the bomb site. You're not meant to be able to do that. In no instance, if there's 3 players on a site to any form of degree, even just 2 dedicated and maybe 1 on the outskirts, you shouldn't just individually be able to walk in. He was well set for it. He did catch him off with the flashes, so well played to him kind of building around the back of that. But you're starting to see a little bit more of an individual shine from him. He was a little quiet on Inferno. He didn't make such an impression as Oscar did, for example, but it's good to see him finding a little bit of form there. He did the same, I guess, in Apps a couple of times, so good to see him finding a little bit of it, but the double orbs are back out to play. Dupree already showing him how it's done. Yeah,
quick early peek down B. That's going to take out Angel, but it's a big boost coming out from Hellraisers here. They tried to triple stack it. They have yet to get up and over and do the work, though. Device managing to catch Kucha out. Carrigan's bullets were raining through, and Cajun B also comes in from vents just to stop this attack dead in its tracks. Just Oscar and Sticko, the 2 remaining in a 2v5. These are situations that really TSM should not be losing, and most likely will not. Oscar's holding the angle in vents. Oh, he looked away just the second that Cajun B took a peek. The timing is always everything. He does manage to land it though, but Zipnix, the backstab coming round. Carrigan with the challenge. The shark is coming. Oh, but it doesn't matter because they've managed to wrestle them down. He gets around the corner. So do we need another AWP, guys? Do we need one? No, we're good. We got 2. We're not NiP. We don't need 4.
I feel so bad when someone's done that, like the slow walk all the way around the back. Just like, guys, just don't kill him.
I'm in position. Oh.
Like, even had his knife out, like, come on. Why you gotta be like this, Device? Why you gotta be like this? But still, looking at Hellraisers, the money's kind of, you know, shambolic at this point. 2 Tech-9s. They've got enough for like head armor, so at least they can make a challenge out of this. But last time they did this and it worked out was when they forced this many players in towards A. They got Sticko to get the 3K. At the moment, he's the one with the Tech-9, which could be an issue here, but it looks like they're going to go fast again. Zipnix with the flash out, going to try and cover off one side of things, gets the information, recovers, and looks for more.
Last time they had flashed Zipnix out of position.
That
That's how they managed
big.
to flush him out. That molly going in towards Forklifts is going to push them out, and they've got the backup. They do manage to get just the one, though. Device not going in the second, but Carrigan will answer. But this is back and forth trading, and now it's suddenly a 2-on-3 with Hellraisers in position, but KGB pushing in. Knows there's 2 at Forklift. Will get pinned off by Oscar, and now Dupree all alone with very little to work with here. Can't get the flick. Tries to go for the second, will not land it. Switches to the P250 and then gets the head dink. Would you believe it? And now he switches off, M4 in hand, gets himself one, can't get the second. And Hellraisers, again, they quicken the pace, they push onto the A side, and it works out for them. Just minimalistic smokes and flashes and Tech-9s in hand, and they pick up the round.
To be fair, I'm just amazed that when he picked up the M4A1, it actually had 20 bullets in it. I guess that kind of just speaks to how quickly Hellraisers played towards that side. But yeah, it's put TSM back in this sort of...
They're broke?
Yeah, they don't have much to work with this. They've got the Deagle, 5.7s. They've got the head armor and a bit of utility, so they're not suddenly down and out. But the one thing I like about them is how they're playing on this B side as well. Dupree shooting out the vents early on from the other side of things, going to boost KGB up. But already Sticko's going to find Carrigan, which may alleviate some of the pressure, but Hellraiser's playing it super passive. You can see how far back they're playing, maybe excluding Oscar, which could be the downfall, as we do see the fact that Dupree does have one of the guns here, but Oscar's looking very, very close towards this one, but not going to find much.
Zipnix just got flashed down and peeked in towards A main as well. Just a little glimpse is all he needed to catch a side of Angel there. As you mentioned, Dupree, he got himself a little bit of information, but Zipnix will go down. That's a rifle lose. And Device wants to get his hands on that, which is why he's going to go run in, force it, risk it, and collect himself that M4A1 back. Goes for a second peek. This is risky stuff, but he manages to get one and the second. And beautiful, beautiful stuff. Suddenly, Device causing real problems. Hellraisers playing this one a little too slowly. I think with just these couple of rifles, it's caught them off guard. They were expecting a broken economy, and it was, but it was just these 2 rifles that are doing work. And Device tracks him down, Cajun picks up another, and Kucha, suddenly the last man standing for Hellraisers.
A little too hesitant when they needed to pull the trigger earlier, and already, as you note, Dupree edging around the back. Kucha's pinned in. He's trying to kind of play the time, saying like, guys, I'm not here, but you know I'm here, all right. Yeah, there's no point trying to draw this one out. Dupree's en route. He's just charging forward. He knows that he's pushed in now. He can give that information, and the others can line it up and wait, but he will find Cajun, but down to only 6 seconds. He has to find these kills, and Device just denies him at the last hurdle by sweeping out from under the leg. So, yeah, TSM making the most of what they had then. And maybe that little bit too much of caution coming out from Hellraisers, just stuttering their way through the round, allowed TSM to kind of pick them off in pieces. And even though TSM's economy is not phenomenal, it's still a little shoddy. It's a long way better than Hellraisers.
Yeah, the 2 rounds outside of the initial pistol and the 3 that Hellraisers picked up have been won by quickening at the pace. And it's catching TSM off guard. But now they're back to Deagles. Now, they had a great Deagle round a long time back, though. They managed to get a couple of those 1Ds. Get the tapper down. But Zipnix is holding that angle once again on A site, and he has been a bit of a stalwart defender. But Dupree was picked off. KGB's gone very aggressive down on B site, getting all the angles he needed. He's going to get a little challenge on towards Oscar. Does take him down pretty low. But that may be the information they require. Did they catch a glimpse of Angel with the bomb?
But the thing is, Carrigan can be a swing player here. He's waiting up in those vents, so if KGB wants to fall back, he can. But no, he wants the challenge. He's going to take down Oscar. But as you noted, does he know that the other 2 players were that close? But at this point, does it matter? TSM are just winning out on these fights on the other sides as well. Zipnix finding Schneider removes the threat from Squeaky and Main, and it's going to make it even harder for Sticko to crack this site open. But where can Angel and Kucha go? They've got 40 seconds here, 4 players to find, not a great deal to work with, and Sticko taking more damage.
Right on his feet. Oh, and that molly as well. It's going to be spreading just to the side of him, and that's caught. Basically, he can't move. He can't move. There was no way out of that one. It was an easy pickup for Device. And now Angel, the last man standing, but it is only Cajun B that's on B site. The rest of TSM have gathered on towards A, and it looks like he's happy to try and maybe sit this one out. He's going to slowly creep his way. Oh, but Cajun B is right below him, just waiting in vents. And really all went Cajun B's way there. They all went towards him. 10-5 in the end. TSM hold out. Another solid CT side. 10-5, exact same score as they picked up on the Inferno, but that was the T side for them. And you've got to assume TSM have got some plans on T here.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I put a lot of faith in TSM's T side. Whether or not I should is a different matter, but they're just very strong in it. We saw some individuals making the big difference for Hellraisers rather than the collective, which may slightly suit them now going into their CT side. I guess it was Sticko playing well there, but it was quiet for most of the others, which was quite surprising considering he wasn't exactly the shining superstar of the first map. However, new half, fresh start here. Let's see what they go for, TSM. Looks very much like the Glock train was coming into the station, but they will drop out the Tech 9 towards Device. Karrigan going to be the kind of saint in this one, saying, I'll take the hit for the team, get the smoke, and that's it. Zipnik's being smoke and flash in a P250. And on the other side of things, it looks like Hellraiser's putting a lot of pressure towards A. There might be a pop flash. No, it's just Schneider with a nade, it seems. He might try and just get that one down as deep as possible, but already a lot of damage coming through. They
went for the peak, and it almost paid off for them. Kucha does get one down, but in comes Device. That's the Tech 9. Oscar picks himself up a double. Device comes around the corner. Here's the raid boss coming on through, but he's been picked off as well. Angel gets him. The Karrigan, the last man standing. He's got no armor, remember. He was the one that took it for the team. He's the one that went for the smoke, but now he's the one that has to try and hold down this site against Sticko and Angel.
All right, you're a beast in the first map. Let's see what Karrigan can do now. He's got one pushing left, one pushing right, and it's Angel to find him, and the defuse will come in. But that was mighty close.
That was big work from Oscar, really, from the back of Forklift. He was the man that made them pay. He was the man that punished them, tapping away on those heads. 6-10. Hellraisers not done yet. Now remember, they had a great comeback.
They did.
On Inferno. Wasn't quite to beat, but they did manage to stall out TSM's economy for a long time in that. We've got to see if they can do it again here. But TSM are not want to rest on their laurels. They're forcing it up. Remember, they did get that bomb plant in. They did get themselves a couple of kills, and we're seeing those double AKs coming in, along with Eagles and Tech 9.
It's worked before. This one's dangerous, though, already. Gonna lose out on one of those rifles. Dupree just getting outdone by Oscar. And Schneider's going to be supporting from that Sugar Cube box. And going a little too aggressive, though. Maybe took a bit more confidence. That didn't expect Cajun B to have the rifle as well. But they have recovered now. Zimnik's going to pick up the AK. Cajun B still looking for more in mid, though. Going to be looking up towards Highway. No one's really locking this down either. Oscar's backed himself up. He can just bop up towards the top of this. Peer down. Cajun B expects it. Gets a shot off, but it has given away the position. Kucha, waiting MBK. Oh my god. How did Oscar not realize that? Sticko's going to pick up the slack, but by now, TSM have a chance towards A. Karrigan ahead of the curve, but will they expect Kucha here?
Will they expect the P90 here? That's the question. Could do work. That smoke's actually doing him favors right now. And Zipnik's just trying to creep on through. He's the last man. Doesn't matter. Angel with the cross there from Truck. Will manage to mow himself down a couple of easy frags. So they pick themselves up the second round. That was the risky one. That was the dangerous one. TSM are going to have to go for the eco now and try and see if they can salvage anything in the next round. Kucha expecting this, going with that SMG. The rest of the team on the rifles.
Yeah, let's remember last time this happened, TSM were doing the same thing. They didn't pick up the pistols. They did turn it one round earlier than I guess expected. But they also got bomb plants every single time they did it. They lost the round eventually, but they did get the plants. This time they've not done as well here. They're down to just those pistols, as you spotted. And Oscar taking the challenge. It's dangerous, but he was willing to go for that. Device going to go a little lower, but not out of the round just yet. But it has meant Dupree goes through. And you can see Oscar just dying to get a shot off here, but it's not even much of a chance.
Just getting tapped down. He's like, I've got a flash, but I don't feel I need to use it. I'm going to keep on challenging, keep on risking it. Zimnis has got himself tucked up very close. You see him just off the side there, up on high. And Kucha and Schneider were briefly looking for a moment, looking to go for that peak, which Zipnis could have caught them out, but it is a big B push. And Sticko through the smoke, just mowing them down. All the information he needed from Angel. And well, that was basically just running into the mincer there, grinding them down. So now TSM on the full rifle. Let's see what they've got in their ammo. They've managed to give Hellraisers 3 fairly sturdy rounds there, which has built up their economy pretty well. They didn't really lose a great deal, honestly, through those 3 rounds.
So losing 5 players all in all throughout those 3 rounds, as you kind of alluded to there, they were keeping people alive, which is very important for Hellraisers to build up that economy. But TSM Gonna look for a little more here. Gonna go a little more aggressive. Gonna try and get the fight going. But already Kucha gonna be boosted up. Actually goes off it. He knows they're pushing through. But Carrigan and Cajun B instantly getting kills into the bag. As Schneider gonna pick up the slack. He finds down Cajun B, but look at this, playing it well. He's not actually gone into quad. He's playing off the outside. He's going to catch Zipnix. This is just perfect play from Schneider until that final moment where Device comes into the matter. Sticko going down, but Oscar off to the side.
He's right there. Oscar knows exactly where Device is. Device has no idea. And Oscar played that one well. But Schneider, 3 very important kills for him in that round. He'd only got 5 previous throughout the entire game so far, and we are, what, on the 20th round now? So them 3 big rounds, you know, so many times players have said it doesn't matter how many kills you get, how important they are. And they were 3 vital, vital kills for Hellraisers. 10-9, once again, TSM forced back to pistols. Hellraisers really starting to get flowing here on the CT side.
TSM down to very little at this point. Good nade coming out from Sticko there with Angel. And this should be a clean round for them. We know these Eagles have become more prolific, but still, Hellraisers have a lot to work with here. They shouldn't be giving up kills like that. Now, the gun isn't in the most ideal retrievable spot there, but still Dupree has weakened the opponents. And look at this, Carrigan going to try and find the challenge there. Schneider's desperately low. He's down to 3 HP, but Dupree burning alive. Has to back away from those vents, but, you know, TSM always making it dangerous here. Schneider's going to have to play very passive towards A now, leave Kucha to be the man to do the work, but Dupree going walkabouts, going to get the tag, but nothing more.
Huh. Close stuff. Couldn't quite find the head. It's down to Device. He's got himself an AK. Manages to find the head of Kucha. Now, is that going to force the over-rotate here? Sticko's pushing around. Angel is also backing away, and he's holding position, giving himself the angle.
If you think about it, they'll be assuming, okay, they know Schneider's low surely, but Angel does have the angle.
Oh, but he doesn't manage to land the shot, and Device gets himself a second, and that's going to be a bomb plant for TSM. This is kind of backfired horrifically. Now remember, Schneider's only on 3 health here. It's all on Sticko, really. The Sticko's the man that's challenging Device, who's already got 2 kills in this game.
Zipnix just needs to win this one kill and they can focus on the same angle. Or Hellraisers play it out perfectly. There we go. The timing was essential. Sticko taking down Device, Schneider then pushing in. They played it well and they should be able to get that defuse comfortably. There's a lot of time left, but still Schneider staying alive on 3 HP then. He seems pleased.
Yeah, absolutely. So 10-10 all square. Hellraisers 5 rounds back-to-back here on the CT side. It is working out well for them. TSM yet to find an answer, but now Device has himself that AWP, as does Oscar, and that was a big difference for TSM on the CT side. Once they got those AWPs in their control, they started to cause problems for Hellraisers. But Oscar has been playing well. And let's see, where's he going to take it? He's going to be the sole man on B side. They're expecting a big A hit here.
4 players?
The challenge.
Yeah, they're just going aggressive, and
I'm pretty sure they saw Sticko there.
I'm not sure why Hellraisers are going this aggressive, but then again, Kucha and Schneider are the ones going walkabout. Zipnix is well aware of it, and he's going to get them both off. I don't know what Hellraisers are doing. They're trying to switch up the pace, but they didn't need to. Now TSM has so much of an upper hand, they shouldn't lose this. But then again, Oscar and Angel are not done yet. TSM back down to a 3v3. This round is insane.
Yeah, Zipnix is actually tagged pretty low as well, so it's Carrigan that's going to be edging his way in towards B site. Now, Oscar's actually pulled away from site. There's nobody in B right now. And Zipnix and Carrigan are creeping that way. Device, is he looking to maybe come through? No, they're all going towards B site, and Oscar and the Hellraisers have no idea. Now Sticko's the one that's going for the information. He's going to see that it is completely clear. They know they have to go for a retake here. They realize they've probably already lost B site.
Angel's desperately getting across as fast as he can, but not going to have much of a chance in this. Oscar's in a good spot, though, but no one's going in towards Checkers. Angel's going to put down the molly. He's going to go towards the standard spot. Carrigan is actually in that Molotov as well. He's burning alive. He's got 20 HP. Just about makes it out alive. Sticko there, not whiffing that shot too badly. Takes down Device, and it's going to leave these guys in a predicament. That nade is going to hurt. Zipnix, however, fights through it, gets the double. Huge round for Zipnix. He's on for the ace here. But Angel, the top fragger thus far for Hellraiser, stands in the way, and Zipnix should be an easy pickup. But Carrigan, after being char-grilled earlier, makes the most of what was left, and somehow the round works out in TSM's favor. But what a backwards affair.
Mess.
Yeah, it was. It was an absolute mess of a round.
Hellraisers, those 2 early peaks, just backfiring. As you said, Zipnix was the man that was ready and waiting for him, and then a quick, easy double there. had flashbacks of Rain from the semi-finals. Some magnificent ace that he picked up in that 1v5. Incredible stuff. But Zipnik's not quite able to back it up. Schneider going very aggressive here, trying to push up close. That smoke actually the thing that stops him. And there could be a counter boost. Angel, is he going to go up and over? He's the only man with an M4A1 on his team. M4A4, sorry. Getting that peak. Now Schneider does find Dupree up close and personal. Now, bear in mind, two of these members have pistols. That's an AK rescued already. And if Stiko could manage to find something, TSM once again are going to be fine floundering.
A lot of time is still with TSM. They can work on something. Device does have this notorious ability of keeping rounds in check, but Oscar's going to have a really good shot towards Carrigan if he walks out just on his own, and he's going to do it. Oscar's just going to be picking that kill up real smooth and easy. It was a one-angle Device couldn't really be checking, and Schneider's been waiting patiently as well, so they know mid's relatively clear. Angel and Stick are going to turn attention towards that B site, and piece by piece, Hellraiser's just putting this round together.
Occasion B, he's thinking, I just checked CT spawn, just checked the angle, went to look for Sticko. Device, he's got himself caught between a rock and a hard place. Schneider surely not going to let him get away with that one, and Oscar will shut him down. And suddenly Zipnix has it all to do once again. He's got one kill so far. Now they are pushing vents. He may catch them out, but it's Kucha that will come out on top this time. And we're back to 11-11, all square. Some great performances across the board. Angel having a great game, by the way, so far for Hellraisers here. And on the CT side, Hellraisers, they're looking comfortable for the win now.
Yeah, they're not far from it. Economy is certainly building in their favor, and we do have the double AWP now in the hands of Schneider and Oscar. And I've actually always liked Schneider on the AWP. He hasn't exactly had the biggest of impacts, at least in this series with the AWP, but I want to see if he can find something here. So he's picking up the slack in mid, leaving Oscar to be the solo man by B. You spotted that out earlier, especially with the AWP. But he does have Sticko in the vents, so TSM, though, on their side of things, only P250s here. If they can get a bomb plant, perfect. If they can catch out a player, perfect. But it looks like Hellraiser's now starting to get an inkling they don't have a great deal. They've heard two P250s from two different areas. It's going to be a hard round for TSM to build from.
Yeah, Kucha and Angel are the ones that are going to get challenged here. Good little tag there, but Kucha's doing work from the side. Gets himself 3 down. That's enough. The work done. Grenade comes through. That catches on the side.
That's
and now Carrigan, the last man standing, manages to get himself that M4 of Kucha's and get the kill. Oscar's holding the angle, and that's all he needed to do. Those 2 AWPs safe and sound for Hellraisers.
Costly round, though. TSM did take down 3 players then. That was certainly a good round coming from them, but still, nothing too much to write home about. It's going to give them enough to get this buy going. Device with a very basic AWP, a little bit of armor, no head armor to suit it though, and the Tech 9 for Cajun B. But on the other side of things, of course, you've got that double AWP. Still in practice, Schneider and Oscar still building up the money. And we'll see if TSM go for a leaf out of maybe Hellraiser's book, speed up the pace a little, but it doesn't look as though they want that. They want to keep this pace relatively calm, as Cajun B and Dupree testing the waters over by that B site. And Oscar's burning alive. He's going to have to back out of there sooner rather than later, as TSM putting their utility down very early on. And here we go, Oscar just double zooming in at the wrong time, but Sticko going to make up for the mistake.
That smoke going down. Dupree does push through. Dupree's actually gone through onto site. Cajun B, sorry, managed to creep through on site, and Sticko will be unaware of that. And Cajun B, he's got to know that somebody else was in there. He knew that Sticko isn't around there. And he's going to try and catch him around the back. Look at this. He could get around the back of Kucha and Angel. But it doesn't matter. Device has managed to land the shots from Boost. And quickly, Cajun B now up and above. Oh, Sticko just got a glimpse of him, surely. Oh, it doesn't manage to land the taps. And now they know that somebody has got behind enemy lines.
They're still committing to this. The danger is that Angel is still on this site. KGB's going to find Sicko. They'll be like, guys, it's clear. Come over with a bomb. But Angel has actually made his way through. He's going to at least find one here, unless Carrigan's going a bit quick. And here we go. Turns around, gets the tag. Not quite the frag. Angel is in the perfect spot, completely unbeknownst to TSM then. But still, they're going to get the bomb down. This looks like a round on the board for TSM. Going to deny the lead for Hellraisers, as Schneider just wants to keep hold of that AWP.
Yeah, his little AWP pony from Device. He's managed to rescue his. Not going to help him out too much here. So 12-12. Very close. 16-11 was the first score over on Inferno. And we are expecting a much closer affair now as we close out these rounds. Now remember, Hellraisers didn't have a great deal to answer with in that round. Economy-wise, not the greatest, but TSM are going to be happy. They're coming into this round with 3 alive, good weapons, and more importantly, the round win. which is going to cause problems for TSM, for Hellraisers, sorry. At 11-11, Hellraisers were suddenly looking very comfortable, very good. TSM on that pistol, as you mentioned, it got very costly for Hellraisers. And this is the round effect. The converse effect 2 rounds ago has punished Hellraiser's economy.
How are they going to get into this? I'm looking to see where they're kind of dropping off. And actually, Snyder sticking with the AWP rather than Oscar, who's gone for the Deagle. So, putting a lot of faith in Schneider to run with this one. And on the other side of things, 4 rifles AWP with Device relatively well set, and Device is going to put that to great work instantly. However, will they expect that to be the AWP now down and out? As Schneider is clearing out A, but look at this, TSM instantly putting players towards that B site. Sticko is the one waiting. Angel, curious by mid.
Schneider, look at him. He's got around the side. They've done this so often, Hellraisers, by the way, and it has given the information. They've been caught out a couple of times, but now he's looking at it.
But there's still Angel and Kucha by A. It doesn't matter even if he's seeing this by this point. Those two are so close by, it's not really making the difference. It's still just going to be Sticko here.
Nobody's rotated. Nobody's moving. Now they're going. Now the molly's going down. The wall of flames. Suddenly they have to get here, but Sticko's going to be the man that has to hold it on his own for a while. Kucha's going to join him. Angel's getting there, but Sticko's doing the job. He stops one pushing through. He almost stops the second. It's KGB that got taken low. You can see there's 5-7 shots trying to rattle on through, but it's not really doing anything, and Angel's the man that's going to try and push on site.
Again, it looks like Hellraisers may be locked out this round. They might need some of that individual Angel brilliance to come through here, but those mollies, that utility is buying time. Schneider's on the back side of things, trying to look for exits, but he's not going to make a difference in this. The time has run out on them. They only have a def kit on Schneider himself, so really not ideal. And even though he pushed out, the fact that 2 of the players were still by A as they were pouring in towards the site just meant the Hellraisers didn't have a chance in this. Good little angle from Schneider. Does mean he'll catch Zipnix there, but I doubt he'll get away much more. You can see TSM looking for him, but not too hard.
It's very strange reactions when you see a player pushing that hard. I mean, yeah, they could be stacked into A main. He doesn't know whether they're around that corner or not. But you expect him to be like, guys, I don't see anything around boost at all. Anyone want to take a peek into main? And then that's all they needed, just one little peek. Now, bearing in mind, Kucha was sat there with a 5-7. He could have easily just gone for a quick peek.
Yep.
Said, yep, completely empty. Guys, we need to be on B now, quick. Very strange teamwork. Team dynamics there. One person's going around the back, whereas if you think of, I think it was Dupree that did it a couple of times. He snuck around the exact same path. Instant reaction from TSM. Instant rotation, straight in position. And now it's TSM that hold all the cards. They are 1 round up. And more importantly, the economy very much in their favor with these closing rounds.
Angel going a little more aggressive here. There are 2 players from TSM actually in this position. Device just sitting out by that sunroom. And I believe KGB's not too far away either, so quite a dangerous spot for Angel, but he's going to try and be the most, as much of a nuisance as possible. Going to swing out on it, and Zipnix just greets him with a smile. Easy pickup. Sticko's going to fall off the back of it, and TSM just bulldozering their way through this round. Bear in mind, Hellraisers didn't have much to work with. It looks like this should be 14-12.
Yeah, it's Hellraisers just once again forced to hold on to what they got. Schneider's just going to hold the angle around the back there. KGB is actually just around that corner that Schneider's looking at. So might catch somebody peeking. Interesting little flicker there. There he comes. Does finally manage to catch a glimpse. I think it was a little closer than he was expecting, but Kucha and Oscar see if they can catch anything on the exit. Looks like Zipnix will close that down.
Get Schneider.
Kucha! Come on, Kucha! There we go. Second chance, but he's going to get quickly cut out by Device. And Schneider... Oh, that drop. Schneider, I think he was caught off guard himself there. Ooh, tagged as he gets through door, but he should be safe. He's just got to try and wait for that clock to tick down. He should be okay. Device almost in position. 14-12 though. TSM just 2 rounds from victory. Their economy is looking pretty healthy for the next 2 rounds as well. They might be able to close the game out here, but Hellraisers have one last chance with the rifles.
And this is a big chance for them. Schneider being able to retain that up, give it to Oscar, is going to give them a shot into this, but still, Oscar needs to start, getting a little louder here. They've allowed Device to start operating on all cylinders. We've seen Dupree doing well as well. And it looks like TSM are going to go for that mid-presence very early on. No one's in the vents either. Kucha can be boosted up, or at least try to be. There we go, going to get it this time. And 3 players towards A. He's going to go onto the light. You can go all the way across, to be fair, if you really want to. It's quite a cheeky angle to be just sat up there. It does actually work out, but Dupree's snuck his way up highway. Schneider's just on the offside of that smoke, so he can wait there from above. But they might go, why is there a smoke on on the light? But then again, it's a new angle. You don't instantly check it. This could cause problems for TSM.
Yeah, and remember, They have complete coverage of mid. And oh, Schneider does find one. Gets a great, beautiful tag onto Carrigan there as well. Zipnik's trying to push on through. Trying to come on through. That molly could be vital, but Schneider with a nade in hand is caught off guard. But Oscar's delivering right now. He's got himself his third, and Zipnik's, the Soul Man trying to push through, will get cut down by Sticko. And Hellraisers do pick up that round, despite giving up mid so early on. And it's not over yet.
Yeah, Schneider just Spider-Manning around the lights a little bit, putting the smoke down, leaping off. He was having a good time, but yeah, it was Oscar just pulling back that round from the brink, because it looked as though TSM were just going through the motions by that point. Like, okay, we're taking down 1, taking down 2. All right, we should have the side, but then Oscar picks up the 3K. It's not what you see every day, but still, this means that TSM are still in the lead, but Hellraisers keeping things a little closer. Bomb not committed anyway. You can see TSM willing to take their time, not going for the early commitment. Carrigan's going to bowl out, molly down towards the forklift, allow Device what should be a very clean peek down towards Highway, and up the ladder we go. I don't know if he saw that, but he's going to try and cut off one of the angles, allow him to peek to the other, remove all of the threats here. Not going to get the angle he wants, but this is drawing a lot of attention towards A here, and look at the damage. Device got to back away.
That was Angel just trying a couple of shots there. The information gathered, just put a couple of those shots into that doorway. But this is a rotation from TSM. They're backing away from this site. They've caused enough of a distraction. Carrigan continuing to keep them busy here. And it's kept 3 members of Hellraisers on A site, but it's B site that they are moving towards. Sticko in vents, Oscar on the back. Now, Oscar's been so vital with that AWP. He's going to have to land them as they come around this corner.
See what you got.
Oh, Angel's ready. Look at it. He's rotated already. He's going to be in CT spawn.
3 players here. It looks like TSM's game has been read. Angel's going to find Dupree. Oscar finds his form. Zipnix falls. And now it's down to just 2 here. Cajun B and Device. 26 seconds. Sticko finds Cajun B and Device a million miles away. Has to survive for 20 seconds. And when the chips are down, it looks like Hellraisers start to remember that they can pick up wins on this map. And it's going to be 14-14. I doubt Device can do anything about this round.
And that's going to really cause problems. No doubt about it. TSM...
Money's going to be sparse
going to be very, very tight. And that potentially could be pushing Hellraisers to match point. This is going to be 14-14. We're all square. They survive with 4, which gives them a great economy. Money-wise, Hellraisers are in a great situation once again. It's been swinging like a pendulum, back and forth. 11-11, HR were looking great.
TSM were forcing
12-12, TSM were looking great. But we're back on 14-14, and this is so, so risky, the force coming out. This is do or die time for TSM. Device
and Dupree have to be massive. They need to be the defining factors here. They need to be the ones going big. Sticker's going to push up mid, though. Just hoping the Hellraisers don't whiff this. They don't let it slip. They've had the advantage now. Schneider's got the boost over by A, but Device already going to catch out Angel, the man who's been making headway for Hellraisers throughout this entire game. And look at this, TSM patient, waiting, looking for more opportunities, not wanting to push the issue. But can they recover that rifle? Probably not. Sticko gives away the game. TSM now want to close in on him. Pick up another. He's now surrounded. TSM doing it piece by piece, but Oscar falls as well. My God, Hellraisers, you had this in your hands. And piece by piece, TSM are taking it away from them.
And that's just giving all the weapons to TSM. Hellraisers will have the economy to buy themselves back in the next round, but that is going to be match point for TSM, and that is a risky game to play. TSM risked it, and it's paid off. And more importantly, look at that. Cajun P's got himself on hand on an AWP as well. That was going to be Oscar's AWP. Hellraisers in a real tricky predicament now. They're going to have to land their shots in the next time. Like you said, you know, it was theirs to win. It was there. TSM, though, played it well. HR just played it differently. They went passive suddenly. They've been actually pretty active and aggressive on the CT side, looking for the angles, looking for the peaks. And it's kind of worked out well for them, but 10-5 was the first half score. Will we see TSM managing to equal that? It's 14-14, make that 15-14 to TSM. And now it is match point. Hellraisers going to be kicking themselves to lose this one. It's 16-11. It could have been a lot tighter on Inferno.
Yeah,
that was the first matchup. That was Hellraisers versus TSM. It's a double header tonight.
I'd be gutted if I was them. If I lost after this, 1 round, Sticko shooting a little early, couple of kills for Device picking up the opener. Just these small errors may have just cost them a very big game, considering this is their for their life in the tournament. And Zipnik's finally going to buy into this one, but here we go. What could be the final round here? TSM on that 15-round marker. Device has been opening up these rounds well. Oscar already tagged up. Not a great start here.
TSM, this is the, what, 19th match for them, I think, out of, what, 22 overall?
Oh, Carrigan.
Carrigan with a spray down onto Angel. Now they have mid-control bossed. Sticko does manage to find Cajun B and goes aggressive. That is the bomb that's actually left down on B there. Zimnix is going to come and try and recover it. Carrigan's going to join him. They're going to move in numbers as smoke will be dissipating any moment. Sticko's in a tricky position. Doesn't get flashed, but oh, unfortunately didn't land the shot on Zimnix. Just managed to catch the tracer shots as he passed on by. Oscar did manage to get one to try and cover him off, but we're now in a 3-on-3, and Dupree, after having taken mid, just pushes on through and catches Kucha on the rotate.
But Schneider's round the back and he's missed the shot. If he'd hit that instantly, it could have all been different. But now he goes down again, being caught on that rotate. Dupree's telling them, guys, A is looking lovely. It's clean, it's easy. And Oscar, his position was probably noted that it's been at B the entire time. Dupree laying in wait as Oscar does just kind of close in towards their demise. And Dupree closes it down, and TSM dashing the hopes of Hellraisers in the final hurdles.
Yeah, the boss man, Carrigan, stepping up once again, as he did on Inferno.
Yeah.
Another great performance from him. 27 or 28 kills in the end there, but vital kills, more importantly.
Yeah.
Some big kills overall. Some great B defenses, I think, back to there when he was that one-man army. Zipnix as well alongside him in that 4K he got on B side. Some big rounds were called on for TSM there because they were pushed all the way by Hellraisers.
Yeah, they were. Hellraisers, you can see this is a good map for them. You can see it throughout their play. I think just some of the maybe communication issues, Schneider a bit slow on the rotates then, kind of a little bit disjointed it felt. A and B felt like a very different place, especially on their CT side. But yeah, all in all, you can see the potential. You can see the talent. Oscar, playing out of his mind on occasion. A couple of these players really having those big performances, but just sadly not all at the right time. Just kind of like in dribs and drabs, never being kind of coherent, and TSM just always being relentless, and that force up at the end there that just secured them it. That's something that Hellraisers will be just bitter about, I can imagine.
Absolutely. So coming up next is going to be the major semi-finalists. It is NiP up against Dignitas, and that's going to be on Train. And you guys at home, you need to check out all the information that the Score esports app has as well. Don't forget to check that out, available on Android and iOS, of course. We'll be back with that next matchup. That's coming up in just a few moments when the server's ready. See, changing lineup. It's a real big ask for them now.
It is, and NiP, certainly no strangers to this map. I think we can all remember back to the ups and downs, let's say, of NiP on Train. The glorious performance from Freiburg against TSM, and then the kind of shambolic display against Na'Vi. Yeah. So, you see the both sides of things there. So, a big map for both of these teams. Dignitas don't have the worst record in the world on it either. They certainly have their benefits on this map, but still, I'm very curious to see how this one pays out. As you said, both vying for a possible fourth place here, just behind Na'Vi if they do get it. So a lot to be fought for, and it will be NiP starting out on the T side and Team Dignitas on the CT side.
Yeah, the NiP magic, it's back in effect when there is avatars, and it almost worked for them. They got to the semi-finals once again in the major. It wasn't quite to be, though. Another final for them. Unfortunately, Na'Vi shut them down, as they did on Train, as you mentioned. And we'll see how it works out. NiP starting out on that T side, the trickier T side, no doubt about that, but we saw some absolutely magnificent T side performances from the likes of Na'Vi, etc. Oh, Kiebi pinned to the wall by Get Right straight away, and that's going to cause problems. Stensky is getting wrapped around from both angles. It's Alu that finds the angle, finds himself another on AZ, and Dignitas already in trouble here on site.
Yeah, it's just down to Pimp, and he's not exactly in the best place possible either, and that bomb planted. See, he is going to make the most of it, though. Takes down Forrest. It's now a 1v2. No defuse kit, though. Time is going to be a factor very soon. And Gerard just removes all hopes and dreams as Alu and Gerard doing what is required. And Forrest picking up one in the end. But nice little wrap there from NiP, double stacking down towards Ivy to get the kill instantaneously. And then building off the back. But yeah, good start for them. Straight to the 3 rifles, 2 SMGs. Molly's in the hands of Freiburg and Geralt, maybe looking to clear those corners, or possibly sell it for a B play. But then again, let's see what Dignitas bring, because they've gone in for the investment here. CZ's all around. A scout for Pimp. And we are going to see the 3 stack towards B. This could get dangerous. But no, Forrest and Freiburg going to opt to go down by Pop, and it's going to be Alu straight out towards A.
Well, the wraparound could come from it, MSL and co, but it's going to be delayed, and Already Forest is in position waiting for him while Alu hunts down Pim. It's just like, no, you're not getting away with this. Forest does get himself a triple headshot back over in Pop Dog. And in the end, NiP pick up themselves up a very easy round. Yeah, aggressive, clean, exactly what you want from a round like that. You don't give them room to breathe. You're in their face. And look at the economy coming out from Dignitas. They've been barely able to make a mark into that round. Well, they didn't make a mark. That's the point. They don't have a great deal of money to work with. P250 for Pimp, and that's about it. But NiP seem as though they're back on the kind of fast train here, looking like they want to be aggressive and just kind of get in their faces, not allow for any sort of, let's say, nuisance to come out from Dignitas. And it looks like five players towards A, and NiP going, screw that. We're just going to go B. Alu's going to be the man at the front here with 4 players running in towards him. He's going to take down MSL with the support from Forest, but this should be very simple. It's like a pub stomp. He's just running on straight through here, just trying to find what he can. And they're completely locked out of sight. There's like no way they're getting into it. Pim is trying to bounce himself up. Freiburg's going on the wraparound now, and they're just going hunting for kills. They've got the MAC-10s. They're sending them in, and they want that cash, and they may just find it. It's going to be another. Pim will get hunted down, not even really looking towards it. And NiP just dominating it. So not a single kill for Dignitas once again. 2 rounds running. That's not going to do their economy any favors. And NiP are laughing right now. They are absolutely racking up the cash. Yeah, they just literally sending in the hounds then with the MAC-10s. It was Freiburg and it was Alu just running forward. Super simple stuff. And they just chased him down. And I like this NiP. It's a scary NiP. It's when it seems like they don't care. Yeah. If I'm completely honest, and it's not a bad thing when you're this confident. This was something that Freiburg was saying, that they like to take these challenges, they like to take these peaks, and it works for them. Why not? It's just when you get met by a team who will out you. But look at Freiburg, straight out main. He just doesn't give a flying monkeys. Has already taken the fight. That does take down one. But it's a straight up exchange, but it's given Get Right the opportunity to work on the back of it. And now Dignitas, piece by piece, being torn apart here. NiP looking deadly. Even the molly's going to chime in from Forest, leaving only MSL. And he's just going to creep up. MSL's going to try and get the planter down here, but won't manage to get on towards Exist. Now Forest was on the chase there. He should be able to get the wraparound. Bomb was planted, and MSL has to deal with it in a moment. Get Right's just got himself in the position. They've basically just backed away and said, you know what, just cover the site. And there it is. Get Right will close it out. 4-0. Great start for NiP here. Real problems already for Dignitas in the opening 4 rounds. Well, this is it, isn't it? The thing that we always say when you're playing against teams like Fnatic, the first thing you have to do is make them respect you to play normally, not play this super aggressive style where you get Olaf flying into your face. But now it's Alu with a MAC-10, or Freiburg just walking out on towards A. But again, Alu, look at this, straight out, nade in hand. He knows they're poor. He knows they ain't got much, and he just twitches straight on with the Mac Daddy. Look at this guy. I'm just calling him the Mac Daddy right now because screw it. His name's not Alu anymore. Forrest is gonna find one, and there we go. MSL and Pimp. At least Pimp could get his hand on a rifle for a second, but this is savage from NiP. They are not. Are they in a hurry? They got better things to do. Takeaway ordered or something. They've got better things to do right now. It's like, you know what? Making some money and qualifying towards offline events is good, but right now we've got stuff to do, guys. So we're gonna run at you as much as possible, and until you decide you want to shoot us back, we're not gonna stop. You got the McNip burgers en route. What do I could do with a McNip? I'm hungry. Sadly, don't sell them in Germany. It's Swedish only, but Freiburg's gonna go take a peek. Here we go. First rifles, real rifles from Dignitas. What can they do with them? Are NiP gonna give them a chance? Are they going to let them respect themselves at the end of the day? A lot of flashes going through, but MSL's in a great position to catch out Alu here, who's going for that peak. Got himself that ult this time around, and he will manage to catch 1 and 2. Has to go for the reload, though, and that gives time for Forest to get himself a 3rd peak. And now the bomb should get collected and planted by NiP. Get Right's caught one out from Pop Dog, but Pimp catches Forest. Freiburg will get that plan down and creeps his way through smoke. Now AZ knows he didn't go left, so he has to be to the right, and it will be an easy pickup. And suddenly, this is looking like a good round for Dignitas, but Get Right is still alive. Handling the fast pace well, Dignitas. Can they deal with Get Right? The fake comes out from Kierby.
But no, the
Sticking
real
it.
in the end is Pim. There we go. The defuse comes through in the end. Kirby was watching the angle. And Get Right even gets called out in the end. So Dignitas dealing with that well. The three-man play that came down towards B was met by certain force. And now NiP just going back in on the buy. They've got they've got a great economy to work with, and Dignitas need to be keeping people alive by this point. They're still, living paycheck to paycheck right now. They don't have much in the bank. They've got MSL on 2K already. Maybe Tensky on 1. It's not a lot though. And NiP have gone straight back in with the mollies, with absolutely everything. It looks like another fast play is going to possibly come out here with Freiburg and Alu setting up the early smokes. Already Get Right out towards main, but Pim slaps him back, and we're down to 4.
Managing to land that challenge in the right place, and Forrest also picked off. Exist goes down. Dignitas holding strong here and just picking him apart. Alu, the last man standing, his team in tatters. And finally, that NiP speed train that was coming through has managed to get locked down. But Alu not dealt with yet. Gets himself a second. Taking a peek, has to back away. This is a real tricky position as he backs into Popdog, and MSL up on the train will catch him out. Finally, NiP are slowed down, but economy is still all right. They can pass off a weapon to Alu. He may just go for a pistol of his own here. Everybody else can buy themselves back up because that start was so good for NiP. They don't even need to wait for the round loss mechanic to kick in.
Nope, they're still good for now. Alu back on the orb. Everything still okay. 5-2, but Dignitas have been meeting them with force. This one, obviously, Pim being able to deal with Alu's early pushes, and obviously picking up Get Right, who was the first man out, but looks like NiP going back to what kind of, not necessarily started the pistol off well, but it's something similar. Rather than it being Get Right and I believe Alu down by Ivy, it's going to be Freiburg and Alu, and then Get Right just waiting it back. The bomb yet to commit as well, but this is the thing. If NiP have been trailblazing their way through the map, now they can slow down a bit and just kind of switch up the pace, keep control of it, however, and I want to see how they build into it. They've got a lot of utility and a lot of time, so they don't really need to rush much.
So clock being run down this time by NiP. Still a minute to go. Get Right looking like he's lining up to throw a couple of those flashes and smokes out. He actually flashed Alu in, so they weren't aware whether Dignitas had maybe gone aggressive. We've seen that aggressive position working out well, and Tensky does get himself one on Alu there. Get Right comes out for the second challenge, and he gets slapped down. That's the bomb loose now. Tensky's sitting on that one. He gets himself a third on Exist, and Pimp, meanwhile, with Kirby, cut down the attacking Ivy. And NiP really not able to find a foothold now that Dignitas have finally got those weapons set.
Yeah, Tensky, I like that play, pushing up aggressively, taking the fights. Not afraid to take the challenges there at all by the main play towards A. But yeah, just really nice stuff from him, and it's going to allow AZ the chance here to maybe build up a little bit of a bank of him for himself, as NiP won't have the perfect setup. However, Freiburg and Forest do have head armor, so it won't be a walk in the park, and it looks like a big play maybe coming out of Pop. Let's see if they go for it. They're waiting. Uh-oh, AZ just got absolutely executed. Freiburg's going to get himself at least a little bit of an SMG to play with that. But will Tensky do the same? I'm curious now. Tensky's been aggressive.
Get Right's ready, expecting it though. Look, he's just hanging back. It's like, someone's going to go for the backstab here. Freiburg's also been called into action. He's going to pop flash him down. He's going to pop flash him down. And like, no, definitely someone down here. Tensky's in trouble. They're coming down to get you. And unfortunately, the spray is not going to work. And it was a full fake. Are they going to wrap back around? No, they're going to go back up the ladder again. MSL does deal with Exist. And they're back down the ladder. Back and forth they go. Dignitas just trying to hang on position. Pimp has managed to rotate round. And he catches Alu. That's the bomb planter. And he manages to catch him in the neck of I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying because it doesn't matter. Freiburg's come around and he gets himself a double. And a four-stop pistol from NiP. The aggression from Dignitas totally backfiring there. They went hunting for the kills and NiP were ready and waiting.
Just playing snakes and ladders. I don't know if they know this is CSGO, if I'm honest. To be fair, you were fumbling around long enough.
I don't know where I was going.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thank you for giving me the time to think. That's very sweet of you.
It's going to need to bail me out, though.
Yeah. Always there. Forever supportive. 6-3, NiP's T side is already looking good, if I'm honest. This is a nice T side to begin with. Being able to turn that round is ridiculous. But still, yeah, let's see how this one comes out. As Alu, they could go for the little boost here. You can kind of boost on top of each other and just see
Exist encroaching.
No, they're showing him where to go. He's like, no, you go here. But why is it... Wait, why does it exist being boosted on Alu? Is like you can just see above the smoke on top of the trains normally, which is what they're looking for, but I love the fact that Alu turned into the bitch basically. They're like, no, you sit down there and I will be boosted on you. Freiburg's gonna find Tansky anyway, as NiP are just kind of flooding themselves into this map. They haven't been met by AZ or Pimp. Kiebi's pulling back in from Ivy, and Freiburg just slowing it down a little.
Is that how it works? The booster is the bitch. Who knows? Freiburg,
back to that point.
Freiburg's continuing. Oh, but AZ stops them. And that's an important 2 frags are on existing Freiburg. Hello and Get Right pushing in. They realize, they know that AZ is still nearby. And he gets himself a 3rd planter. Won't get the 4th. Get Right does finally cut him down. But AZ doing some great work catching him every time they planted.
The problem is that NiP is still on 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, see the thing, during the major, I constantly adore the fact that Na'Vi are so good on their T side. It's something that we saw very early on in the Pro League. It was against TSM, I think I was casting with Alex during that one. And their T side was absolutely formidable. And to see anyone be able to kind of not necessarily replicate their style, it's a complete polar difference here. But to see someone being so good on their T side, it's always good to watch. And again, NiP looking for these challenges. 4-man stack towards B. Forest going to decimate Kiebi, open up the A side, and it's NiP. So they've got their own train rolling through right now. As AZ's going to get there, he might be able to get an angle on the bomb plant. No, the bomb's on the other side. They're playing it safe, and NiP should have this round in the bag.
AZ tried to run through this time, but Alu not allowing it. Forest, sorry, catching him out. Forest gets himself another. It's the Forest show. 3 kills. Can he make it 4? As this another peak comes out there, Tensky thinks better of it. They've only got a USPs, but like, yeah, I don't think we're actually going to get anything from this, guys. Let's just back away.
They can try and hold the angles. They know NiP have been super aggressive, so they might actually try and push for it, which they did. But Freiburg's going to find Pimp, and you can expect there's a crossfire set on that, and Tensky falls to the same hand. But yeah, this is, what can you say about NiP like this? Because this is the problem. You don't know what NiP you're going to get. It's either the NiP that can just destroy teams like Dignitas in one easy move, or the team that can challenge TSM, pick up wins on maps like Train, or the one that crumbles. You just don't know. And, I've said it time and time again, when they get the double orbs, they start to really perform. Forest becomes huge on maps like Dust 2 for them, but then you see him making no impact on occasion. It's so hard to gauge, but right now we're just seeing an aggressive, carefree NiP charging in, taking the fight, and Dignitas just don't have an answer to it, sadly.
The fun mode, carefree NiP, is one I love to watch. It's like,
it's sexy,
just
CS.
no nonsense, fun, confident plays. And they just go for those peaks, they go for the angles that really shouldn't work, but do work because people are so tense and so stuck in the pro way. They're not expecting the free loose play. And look at Freiburg. He's totally around the back of MSL. No idea that he was there. Gets himself an easy kill. Alu finds another. It's AZ and Kiebi last. He should be able to find one into Alu, and he does. And now it's just a case of rescuing weapons. AZ got himself the hands on that AWP, remember?
And then run and hide.
Alu, yeah, run and hide is pretty much how it's going to work. Because this is going to be the 9th round for NiP, which is already a great T-side performance. It's going to go for the challenge. AZ will shut down Exist, but their bank's built up enough that they can afford to hunt for those weapons. They really could do with getting that AWP out of AZ's hands, but I think it's now a tricky task because they've got themselves embedded, ingrained in this T-side. Boom.
There we go. So yeah, to be fair, looking at the overall stats, now this is including everything. I'm trying to find like a good representation of what we kind of see. It's like a 55% bias towards a CT side on this, but then that includes so many results, it's hard to kind of narrow down into just, top tier matches and how you generally see that being played.
Okay, 56%.
Yep.
Still pretty much, I mean, it is a CT side bias map, no doubt about it. And at the moment, NiP are making it look a little easy. It all started off with that fast, fluid play. They started off 5-0. Freiburg gets himself another, I wouldn't say entry, but it was more Kiebi going looking. Get Right just holding the angle. Tensky is forced to rotate towards Ivy, while Pimp goes looking for those shots. Alan Exist ready to burst out a pop dog. There's the pop flash down. Exist has dropped himself down. Ali will follow. Get Right's ready to come from main. And they're all coming from all three angles. The question is, can they hold them back? Pimp gets one. Tensky gets the second. But it's Get Right that's just running footloose and fancy free straight towards Tensky. Waiting for that smoke to clear. He's got himself in a position, but nobody showing for him. Does manage to finally get on towards Pimp. Tensky, not aware. There's somebody right behind you, man. He got to realize the second Pimp drop there. And now Easy off the side. That Molly just going to bounce off to the side. He's going to catch on Rao, but he gets caught out by Forrest and Alu. And NiP so confident, so fluid in their play from every angle they come in. And Get Right just gifted the opportunity to run straight through the train yard.
Yeah, so to put it into perspective, back in the days, Nuke was around a 63 to 65% bias map towards CT. You know, something like Inferno, which is kind of hailed like a CT-sided map, is around like 55. This is around, 56. So it's kind of around that marker. It is a CT-sided map. To only get 3 rounds is a bit of a disaster. But then again, this is the NiP that can do whatever they want, which is just weird. But AZ's going to push up. Now, this worked out for Tensky before. When he got aggressive, it actually paid off very, very well. He's going to at least get Freiburg down. And if only AZ had a slightly better gun to operate with, he could have done more. But now, it's down to the likes of Pimp and MSL, who seem to be kind of still flabbergasted by the sheer speed of what NiP are bringing in. Easy. Not gone too well for us to at least pick up the slack and be like, I hope no one saw what just happened.
I hope nobody watched it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see because everybody at home is just immediately, like, look, see, I missed my nade. Forrest just did the same thing. Actually,
I only do it with flashes, to be fair. I only end up flashing myself. Nades,
I remember seeing Fwizz's beautiful flash on Inferno, where he threw it straight from mid
his name in CSGO.
I don't care. He managed to catch on towards the lamppost and catch all 4 people behind him. Beautiful, beautiful gift that he managed to get in there. But
that's true.
11-3, NiP, dominant T-side here. And a very stuttery MSL there. So let's switch away from him. He's stuttering horribly.
It's just his movement. He likes to go on all
He likes to...
Yeah, he just taps W.
He's just tapping as he goes.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Tapper.
God almighty.
Ross, love him.
Stop it. All right, into the round. Gierby is trying to play down Ivy, but Freiburg creeping his way forward. Fully flash, just going to get him anyway. And it looks like nothing Dignitas is doing is going to work, apart from Tensky. He's been the one to try and make the difference.
Oh, dear.
And, well, Freiburg's become Kobe for a real second then and just kind of, like, dunked straight towards him as Pimp lines him up. Little does he know, but Freiburg's still going wild. That's a 3K for him. And now Pimp and MSL again. The last 2 alive.
When you have somebody like that opening up sites, it just makes it easy. Pimp almost caught out. MSL, little peek through, but that's all he's going to be gifted. Get Right will close it out and Exist gets the last one. And it's a 12-3 half. That was a dominant T-side from NiP. They are looking very good here, and they have to be. They are facing Envious on Cobblestone next, the major winners. Could say 2-time major winners for certainly 3 of the players there. But they are... it's almost the final that people were expecting, I guess.
Almost.
Coming up after this one. NiP, I think they've got this one in the bag. I think 12-3 is pretty much just about all Dignitas would hope they never saw. And it's like literally a nightmare coming to fruition for Pimp.
It really is. Like, let's be honest. These sort of scorelines you don't see every day. These are the sort of scorelines you just don't ever want to see, especially when it's NiP. They're the guys, when they get rolling, they can just go absolutely wild. It's just been a sheer savage display from them. It's not even been like pretty CS. It's just been, I'm going to rush at you, I'm just going to take the aim duel, and I'm going to win. To
steal a background song title, A Vulgar Display of Power is the exact method. NiP gonna get the little peeks. This is aggressive stuff from Freiburg and Forrest, and they almost caught the head of MSL there. They were already pushing up in brown holes, and AZ and MSL well aware of this. Don't want to go peeking too aggressively. They do get a little glimpse around there, but it's Forrest, the pistol master. Is it going to work out for him? He has to back away. The tapper's not working. He gets himself one. Can't quite get the second. It was Freiburg, sorry, that picked it up. Oh, and Forrest will get the second. They do win out in brown holes, but Dignitas, they're pushing on towards A side.
But they're down to 3. Sure, there's Kiebi still fighting on all fronts. He's trying to save face here. He's trying to do whatever he can. But that bomb is yet to go down, and Forrest can stop it. No, just a second too late. He gets Pimp, but it's not the target he was looking for is down to a 2v2. Alu's got the kit. He's been removed. Tenski and Kiebi doing the damage just down to Freiburg, the big man himself who went wild against TSM for an IP. Can he do it again? Can he be the man to make all the difference? He's looking for it. Kiebi evades him perfectly, waiting for the timer. He's picked up the defuse kit. Kiebi toys with him, buying time, dancing on the ladder. Oh my god, snakes and ladders has never been so hard. But still, Freiburg's almost out of time here, and he knows it. Kiebi's played it well, but Freiburg, no time for the defuse.
No time. The Forest and Freiburg show. They managed to get 5 between them, coming aggressive on B side, but unfortunately for them, it does give the pistol to Dignitas. So, despite losing those 2 early kills, they hang on, and now they're going to buy themselves into it. What are NiP going to do? Are they going to go full-on aggressive? They haven't really got the cash to force up too much. So I think they're just going to sit with a couple of... No, I saw a FAMAS just appear. Someone's got a FAMAS. There's a scout in there as well. Get right, and Forest with the scout. All
rifles as well for Dignitas. They're not messing around, are they? Look like maybe they're going to take the challenges towards the A site. Showing favours it a little more to go for these sort of long-range exchanges, but Alu already taking a little low. Going to make it harder work here. Forrest is going to be doing the work. That's 2 tags. Going to get the frag to follow as well. Get Right's going to close down Kiebi, and this is disastrous for Dignitas. They went for the full rifle buy-up, and they've just been shredded. NiP, where was this team during the major?
Well, TSM faced them. Yeah, that's for sure.
Where was this team versus Na'Vi, should I say?
Titan also came up against them, but Na'Vi managed to step it up a gear. But NiP continuing on, proving why they managed to reach their 7th semi-finals in a major. This team, whatever it may be happening to it, who knows? As rumours were rife after the last major, speculation continues, but as of yet, they are still looking golden in their age. And it's going to be Get Right, finds one. Oh, if only that MSL, that nade landing point on him. Just a little fraction to the left would have caught himself a second. But NiP confident. Forrest has gone up Pop Dog, round the back, and caught them off guard. I think they were expecting 5 to be there, actually. But it's actually 2 over on Ivy. Kiebi's pushing through, but Exist has got himself a position to cover him off. Forrest will catch him.
Forrest is walking around the map on his own. He's just like, all right,
with USPs, like, why not?
Oh god, this is just sheer confidence. This is the thing. It's the no-care play again coming out, and it works. You know, they've got a team who's only got 4 rounds against them, so you might as well make it hurt, I guess. Freiburg and Forest having the time of their lives. He just hasn't even need to join the server. He's on 5 kills. He can just go home if he wants. Just, you know.
The thing is, to steal a term from League of Legends, sorry guys, it does put a team on tilt when someone plays this aggressive, this carefree, this
really
pub stompy. It's very much a League of Legends term. Trust me. I don't know whether it works in CSGO, but you've definitely been put on tilt. Yeah, I mean it's just a straight term. But either way, you know, the full-on aggression that we're playing at the start. Clearly, Dignitas didn't have an answer for it. And they've just kind of just rolled with it. And Dignitas still are waiting to find that answer. Oh, that's not going to work. Forrest trying once again. I mean, it worked from last round. Didn't quite happen this time. Get Right, trying to keep them at bay. There's grenades not quite coming through. There's the smoke, though. And Get Right does still manage to find the head of MSL.
Yeah, and as this is not just Nico, it is a force-up. But, you know, to think back to what originally Fnatic were like, the SYB lineup, they were this aggressive. They were the team in your faces. And now Alu's going to be pushing up. Tenski goes down. He's going to stay out for more. Why not? Gets the trade out 2 for 1. And he's got all the information to boot as well. That's a big part here. But as I was saying, SYB, you know, this is like the JW style. This was, you know, what made them so annoying to play against. They get into your face. They play this kind of unorthodox style, let's call it, which does frustrate teams. Like, how many people just say, I don't know how to read Fnatic, because sometimes they'll just fly at me with a Tech 9 when they can afford an AWP, because that's Olaf on any map, pretty much. And it's a huge factor. You talk to any team about it, and they'll tell you the same thing. But still, 3v2 in this round. Kiebi does recover a rifle, and AZ's still with a Mag 7.
Only 30 seconds. If Get Right gets this kill, this is going to cause problems. There we go. That's the bomb carrier down. AZ last man standing. He saw the bomb. AZ's going to go for the peek. I think he just got a glimpse of the shoulders, and Get Right drew his attention. 18 seconds on the clock. Freiburg's going aggressive. Straight in his face. Not working out. Switches to the 5-7 and does make it count. Yeah, it's really very quite hard to analyse this sort of match, I've got to be honest. 15-4 NiP. Dominant stuff from them here on train.
I just don't think they've stopped holding down W, you know what I mean? They are literally just running at them. It's like even Freiburg then just completely forgot how to press mouse 1. He'd been running so long. But still, 15-4, I think we know how this one ends, ladies and gents. I don't think there's any way we can sugarcoat this beyond what it is. It's been a absolute mauling by NiP, and sadly Dignitas with a poor, innocent, wounded little deer that was on the receiving end of it, but Freiburg looking like he wants some more. And well, at least this time he remembered how to aim. Tensky goes down pretty swiftly there, and Exist will pick up the slack towards Kirby, pushing down main, and it's down to 3v3, but the bomb, Alu's got it, and he's like, let me just fly around some more, let me just find some more people.
How many times have they just pushed up Pop Dog? Nobody does that. This doesn't happen. This should not happen in a pro match, but it is. And Alu will lock it out. There it is. 16-4 the score. Dominant stuff. No doubt NiP in a hurry to end that matchup. Envious is the next prey for them. And that might be a different story. They're the major champions. It's on Cobblestone. It's a very open map for both teams.
I don't know. I don't know, because NiP fly around maps and they do stupid things
and
that
Envy
work.
could still be partying.
But Envy kind of do the same on occasion. You know, they're another team that has these kind of like modes of aggression. They're the ones that kind of not necessarily depend on force-ups, but they do it a lot. They go for these Tech 9s, they go for these kind of plays that shouldn't work, but they do. And a map like Cobble certainly complements that as well. It's a map where you will see, you know, the Kraken coming to play and drop, or, you know, let's be honest here, even Virtus Pro, Pasha will opt for things like the Mag 7 and things like, you know, a shotgun over a full rifle when he can afford it, holding that platform on CT side. It's a map of various choke points that you can break or make with very unorthodox factors. So, I don't know. NiP, they're playing out of their mind. They're just going super crazy, and it can work on Cobble. But then again, it's Envy. So,
yeah, I mean, so that puts NiP at 7 wins, 8 losses. So not done and dusted just yet.
No.
Dignitas, they're going to fall down to 9 and 8. So they're still actually ahead of NiP, despite that mauling we just saw. But now they're up against Envy, and Envy are on 8 and 6. Envy are in a great situation here to try and get 3rd or 4th.
And in the last 3 months, let's just give you a little bit of backtrack. You can check this out on the Score esports, of course, if you want to get your statistics through that, available on the iOS and the and all of that stuff. You can see it down there. But to put it into context, Envy are 12-2 on this map in the last 3 months. NiP are 2-5. So, you know, on paper, this is Envy going to town on NiP. Yes. But then again, you wouldn't say that would have been, you know, that sort of T-side performance from NiP. So I think it kind of just changes things up a little. Yeah,
I mean, well, I'll get into the stats of it after the break, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's not pretty stuff, that's for sure. But NiP versus Envious, that's coming up next. It's on Cobblestone. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL ESEA Pro League. As you can see, they're straight into the pistol. Things are underway. It is NiP versus Envy, and immediately Drop Room being challenged pretty heavily here, but Hikanshi Kiyoshima keeping them at bay for now. Manages to catch on towards Alo, but Forrest will clear him out, and now it's all on Kenny S. The last man to come rushing on through will get caught out. Exist catches him out, and NiP pick up the knife, the pistol round there. Did we miss the knife, or did they just skip knife?
I don't know.
I didn't see a knife at all.
I don't know. I was kind of distracted about informing the people of Matt Klein's awful music taste. So I do apologize once again for the music during the break. We can only really say sorry for Matt's taste and hope that it will improve in time. However, into the game, this is Cobble, and it looks as though we're going to be seeing the kind of classic style of these two teams. NiP starting off to a blinding start, just going wild, super fast pace, but then the force up from Envy.
Look at this stack. 5 people from Envy on B side, but it's A side where NiP are going. Get Right's the only man on A side to do that distraction. NiP are going to be in place on A side before Envy can even react. They went for the force, they went for the stack, and honestly, the force is kind of what won them the major, but looks like it's going to backfire on this time around, unless they can land some shots through the smoke.
Freiburg already looking for the challenge. It's the Mag Daddy Alu as well there with him, but it's Exist to find MBK and slow things down. Get Right holding the back firmly from quite some distance, but NES will at least find Forrest as the bomb does get planted, and that smoke will be keeping Envy at bay, but they could still work their way in here and get a couple of those guns away.
Get Right's going to come around. Looks like Envy are not going to challenge too heavily for this one. They're happy to just back away, slightly catch on towards them. Happy is the only man that's uptight, hoping that somebody's going to go come looking through that angle. It's not going to happen. No kits. It will be NiP to pick up the second round. And this is quite a big deal because NiP haven't had great results overall. They did lose 16-13 to Titan at DreamHack on this map. Meanwhile, Envious, however, 16-5 over Navi, 16-9 over Fnatic, 16-6 over Dignitas. This is all at DreamHack. This is a match, and obviously it was another Cobblestone major, of course. So where else would they play? But Envy definitely much better results. We'll see what happens when they get the rifle round underway. Didn't really lose anything, just a single man in that round despite losing the round.
So, NiP pretty much the same as they had before, only you had to reinvest on towards Forest. He's going to go straight in for the AK, and we're going to see the same stack from Envy. So they're going to be sending 5 here, and NiP is sending 5 here. Let's see if the brute force can pay out. MBK is going to back out of this one. Let's look at this. NiP come flooding in, but they know they're walking into a trap now. The nade comes out. Exist goes low. Kenny S punishes him as he tries to make it out drop, but Freiburg there with the rifle. Gero with the Mac Daddy, but there's the double kill coming in for Envy as Apex becomes a turret. Deagling away. Happy's going to close it down, but you walk into a trap like that, Envy are going to make it hurt.
Yeah, that's what they were planning on the last round. That's why they were stacked out on B site. This time, NiP triggered that trap and just ran straight into it. Here we go, though. Full assortment of weapons across the board. And Kenny S got himself the orb.
What can he do with it? A lot, I think, is most would say, but this round he's going to be taking the peak on toward long. No one said just yet. Freiburg might be taking that challenge, though, in the end, if he wants to build up towards it, but thus far, a little bit of a standard start from NiP. Looking to maybe force a player here or there. It's Apex and Kenny towards A. MBK, Happy, and Keo playing over by B, and the flashes are going to force Kenny away from this one. Actually, no, he just readjusts a touch. He's still looking for the fight here. He's going to find Freiburg, instantly looking for Forest. He's just going to be walking his way up. Forest ahead of the curve, but Kenny lurking in the depths. Oh, he doesn't get the shot. Forest denies it. But now it's a 4v2 as Forest wasn't done yet.
Gets another one down, but Happy's got himself tucked away around the back of this APC. Are they going to expect him here? No, they're not. Alu caught out, gets himself on a get right, and look at this. Forrest's already very low, but he does manage to catch the head. He's on a 4K. Can he get Kiyoshima for the hat-trick? Can he get them all? Can he manage to close them out? Oh, Kyo, so close to finding the head there, tapping on through. Exist is going to come around the side and try and catch him out. And Forrest really just acting as bait in this one. Is he going to go for the peak? Exist should try and land the shot. Oh, Forrest just on the lay. Exist catches him while he hops up above the APC. Not really a shot I was expecting, but NiP get themselves another round on the board. Good answer to that Deagle round.
Yeah, and it was just Forest pretty much. The
Yeah.
4K there. Exist was kind of lucky that Keo actually jumped up like that because Keo was actually considering where Exist was coming from for a little while, so that could have gone worse. But Envy doing what they do, just going to buy everything they can into this one. Got the 2 rifles, Apex, and Happy with those, and Keo, excuse me, on the Phallus. The others are on toward pistol. That is going to be MBK and Kenny. So already stacking 3 players close up towards A long here. There's going to be players walking into this as well. Happy's the one with the gun, and that's going to be the danger. But Alu removes it instantly. MBK only picks up 1, but it's left it in the hands of Apex, who picks up the slack.
He does, and it was quickly answered. So 2 for 2. Forrest has the bomb. He's trying to creep his way into ramp room. It's MBK getting a peek. Exist is going looking. Almost got a glimpse of MBK as well there as he hopped up on platform. Didn't quite go for the full peak. He's going to go again. Kyo's actually rotated towards B site here. Slowly but surely. So Apex is going looking for the kills. This is deadly. Apex is going to walk straight into Forest here, and he's going to get caught out, and that is A site open. Kyo's going to go for the rotate. He's going to have to backtrack into site, but NiP not acting quickly on this one. Slowly and cautiously approaching it. Kyo got himself at double doors, but not pushing through. Now he's going to go for the peak. Forrest should find him and will once again find the head of the man pushing through double doors. Forrest starting off so well here on Cobblestone.
He's such a deadly player as well. You don't want to get that man warmed up early on. That's dangerous. But still, MBK, that was over 5-7. He could do a little bit of damage here. Maybe get a gun away. Cover a rifle if he's lucky. Bomb is, however, making its way towards the side. That's in the hands of Exist. So safe hands to plant the bomb. And already NiP set up well. Freiburg on the cross, but there we go. There's MBK doing what I expected. At least going to catch out Forest there. But Exist will close down the round, and it's NiP to keep it going for themselves. They've been not the cleanest of rounds, but rounds nonetheless. And 4-1 on the T side here is a very good start to things. And of course, as Envy did force quite heavily into that previous one, they're now down to these Deagle rounds, maybe a P250 here or there. And MBK might just go for something as well, see what he fancies. And more often we see these rounds actually working out, bear in mind. So do keep, close eyes on those Deagles.
Yeah. It's worked once. Can it work again? 4-man stack on B site, but again we see NiP not playing into it, playing away from it. Heavy nades on towards A site, but Kenny's not really near it, so he wouldn't have heard the mass amount of fire on the left-hand side of his screen. Now, did he just catch a whiff of something happening at long 8? Looks like he did, because he got tagged down to 19, backing away. 4 members of NiP stacked out at long. Get Right's got himself completely out in platform because everybody from Envy has rotated across there. And Freiburg, like you mentioned, with the bomb, is heading towards B site. This is a full distraction from NiP. Alu finds one.
Alu does at least find Apex, but it's not enough to make the likes of Forest or Freiburg turn around. Gerright's clearing the site really slowly, really meticulously. Exist doesn't want to lose his rifle though, so he needs to be quite cautious himself. And I think at this point, Envy going, all right, they're not here, are they? Let's be honest at this point. They can get that gun away, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but MBK at least finds Alu, but the bomb is down. And sadly for Keo, he is in very much the wrong place at the wrong time, and it's going to be Gerright probably to get the drop on him here. And it is. To close it down, NiP playing it well. They're pulling Envy left, right, and center. They're showing them that, you know, we can dominate these games, we can control the pace, but here comes the buy. This is the big round now coming in. Curious to see if maybe Envy do stop the run. Envy only currently having one round beside them, but NiP looking very, very good thus far.
So not that it affected the round too much, but kennyS, that big tag he got at the start, was actually Apex dinking his head. Okay. Not how you want it to work when he was almost the sole guy on the A site defense as well. Apex going aggressive here. He could get around the top of Freiburg, but instead he's just going to smoke it off. Now NiP have actually pushed up behind them. This is a strange, weird wraparound. They've boosted up, and like you say, they've left the bomb there. Apex is suddenly backtracking. He's going to catch a glimpse of Alu. Forest is checking one side. Alu will manage to catch him down, and now Freiburg, Forest catching the other. And Freiburg with the bomb will push on through. MBK is going on the rotate, but he may be too late. Yeah,
the smoke's already down. He's just going to be spraying through that one. He does get a great connection towards Alu by you know, sheer placement in that, and Gerright doing what he does best, just lurking his way around, patiently waiting on the other side of that smoke in case Happy goes a walkabouts, and it looks like maybe Happy's going to fall into the trap, and he does. Gerright closes the net. It's down to Keo and MBK, and they know where MBK is going to be. Surely at this point, Gerright's already considering it. Still sticking with that UMP as well, so trying to keep that one working. I'm sure he could have recovered the rifle that we saw Happy drop, but MBK still doing damage. Going to collect Forest, put his head on the mantelpiece as it's down to Gerright to close the net again. MBK's caught in it. Good work from Freiburg there to create that nice little crossfire in the instance. And it's still Gerright sticking with the UMP. He could have upgraded by now, but sticking with that one until he can probably go for the change. No, he's happy with the UMP.
Is it the new P90? Is this what he's going for? Most kills with the UMP now?
I guess he knows that they're going to be on a shoddy buy in the next round, so why not try and rack up some bank with it?
That's one way of looking at it. 6-1 though is a great start for NiP.
Huge. This
is already looking like a good T-side for them. Of course, we know Envy's got a great T-side as well, so can't get carried away just yet. NiP versus the major champions. Maybe the hangovers are sticking pretty heavy in Envy's mind so far. I'm certain after winning that major, they're going to be feeling very happy. They've gone for a force here, but it's going to be a tricky hold as NiP spread across the map.
So, Envy looking to hold the slightly closer angles here. You can see Kenny pulling up close. Waiting on the edge of that smoke, see if it dissipates. He can get maybe a peek, a little bit of a pixel out of place, but NiP playing it very calm, not walking into the trap just yet. Last time, bear in mind that we see Envy on these sort of buys, they stack out B quite heftily. This time, opting to put 3 players by A. Alu's going to collect the scalp of MBK, but will they expect Apex and Kenny pushed up here?
Well, the flash went through, but they didn't push on it. Will get answered, and Alu will get picked off by kennyS. That's one AK recovered. There is a second through there, remember. kennyS is actually going on the backstep. He's trying to get her on the wraparound. Exist has managed to get himself one. Gerright covering off. Freiburg holding the angle. kennyS just hop, skipping and a jumping straight into him. And Gerright will find Apex. Gets himself another one of those UMP kills. At the moment, the bank is really rolling in favour of NiP. And they are looking great in this game so far. 7-1, what a start. But double AWP from Envious here. Happy and kennyS.
And Gerright still with the UMP. Who am I to question it? I question Neo with the AUG.
And then he took it into the major and carried on doing it.
Yeah. I'll never question anything. You know, if it works, I guess, right? But then again, you got a double AWP against you. You've got Happy and Kenny doing this. Alu's going aggressive. He wants that opening pick.
Oh, he's quick.
He's going to try and get the shot off, but he's by statue. It's Happy. There's a 1-1 trade out there. Forest finding Kenny may force that bomb to rotate, and that's exactly what he's doing. But look at Envy. They're starting to consider it. They're starting to go, okay, screw this. They've got Kenny down. They're surely going to try and press the issue.
Fast.
But here we go. Forest, again, dominating down by long. That's Apex fallen, but Happy is being the nuisance here.
Happy causing problems, as you say, gets himself a little angle, but Forest is hitting shot after shot after shot right now. He's got himself another triple in this round. Gerright with that UMP, gets around the side. And MBK, the last man, but he has the bomb in his sights. Gerright in great position, but MBK is going to cover it from long, and that's probably the only position he really can angle for it from. He's now in the wide open. That covers himself. Get right. Oh, just about gets it down. The little wiggle there proves it, and finally he picks up the AK. I think this is team saying, all right, guy, put the goddamn UMP down. Time to get yourself the AK. 8-1.
To be fair, right, Get Right just baited Exist so
totally.
hard. If I was Exist and Get Right fluffed that shot up, I'd have been livid. Just like, can you not? Like, if you're going to bait me that hard, at least make sure you get the kill. But still, he did in the end, somehow, surprisingly. But Envy is still on 1 round. This is NiP on 8. This is ridiculous. Now, bear in mind, these guys are vying for that kind of 4th spot here. And here we go. Ali with the AWP on towards long. It's a force up again from Envy. That 3-man stack towards long that we've seen work almost a couple of times before. And they're going to bait it out on the corner. That's Kenny trying to do the damage, but Freiburg well aware of how it works. Kenny's nade, though, finds his position. Happy again here. This is very reminiscent of a round not too long ago.
Oh, Kenny going aggressive, almost catching Allo out, but Allo's not falling for it. And we'll finally lock him down. Happy's still tucked in the corner, though.
But will they remember Happy played this as well? Last time it was those 3 players pushed up at long. I'm curious if they check this. I'm not sure if they're even going to commit here. Bear in mind, the bomb is with Get Right over by B, but MBK and Kyo are still in this position, so this is nice from NiP. They are considering the fact that Happy was still pushed up here.
Exist is the one that's going to... Oh, a resmoke, actually. Kyo resmokes it. Exist is going to push on through. He's pushing on the platform. Kyo's just tucked in that bottom corner. You can see him on your screen with the X-ray there. And Exist is creeping his way through. MBK is going to be exposed in a moment if Exist continues to creep around there. But is he going to be expecting Kyo just down below? Yes, he is. Looks around now. MBK's in a tricky spot, finds himself an easy head on to Exist.
There's the rotate.
There is the rotate. Now MBK, he's got to go fast, but Forrest is in position. 24 seconds on the clock. He's got to make sure he doesn't get caught out as well. He just needs to catch the cross.
If MBK kills Get Right, that's all he has to do. That's the important factor here. At 16 seconds, it's pretty difficult. MBK's got himself in a great spot. That's Get Right. He's got the bomb to hand.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. MBK gets picked up in the end. He couldn't do enough. And you summed up perfectly. Both of the players had to go quickly. Both had to make the rush for it. But of course, NiP had the backup, and sadly for MBK, he was all alone.
Yes, close though, very close. 9-1 though. What a great start for NiP here. Almost reminiscent of their Dust 2 game against Titan, where they just blew them out the park. You don't even know really what happened. Envious, clearly hangovers, still very much looming strong. They are still in a position where they need to pick up wins in the Pro League to make the finals, which will be happening in December. The question is, will they be there? Currently, Fnatic and TSM are sitting pretty. NiP and Envious very much alive and kicking and fighting for those spots. Na'Vi, of course, on 12-6. Envy are on 8 wins, 6 losses. They've still got a lot of games to play, but another defeat here won't go well for them when NiP are chasing.
And how the hell did Ali just get that shot towards Kenny? But Happy just executing Get Right from above. But that bomb's yet to really make its presence be known. It's still sitting fairly far back in the hands of Forrest. And they're trying to make a play towards long. But this time, I prefer this from Envy. Not being too pushed up, playing a little deeper on the site, making NiP commit towards this. And Alu still going to catch out Apex. Forrest in a good spot. This shouldn't happen. This is a 4v2. How the hell are they allowing these guys to do this? Happy should be where this ends. This should not go any further, but they're checking it. But he should have the drop on one. It's going to be MBK. Excuse me. And oh my word, Forrest does it again. Happy now, last man alive. How the hell are NiP turning these rounds around? That should never happen. Envy had 4 players up. They only had 2. And piece by piece, NiP completely dissembled Envy.
They are not rounds that should happen. And Forrest, honestly, you know, we can talk about frags. We can talk about important frags. He's hitting everything. Everything right now.
Unreal.
16 kills, 12 rounds in. And some of those have been real round-winning shots. Just like that was there. 10-1 NiP. They are strolling right now against Envious. And honestly, the confident performance, we thought we were putting it down almost to just like, okay, they're against Dignitas, now they're against Envious. It could be a very different ball game. But they are continuing that fluid, aggressive style that just dominated Dignitas. And they may just do the same against Envious here.
I don't know what to make of this. You know, say it's an online game, say what you will, but both these teams are vying for that 4th spot. And games like this, certainly a very good way to get yourself on the correct path. But still, NiP slowly taking over long here. You can see Kenny S not going to be vying for that control. The utility that NiP have, far superior to what Envy are working with. So Kenny just going to go in for the cheeky peek, swinging out there. Doesn't find a thing. As NiP already on the rotate towards B, and this is good information. It means that MBK, Happy, and Keo can stay fully vigilant towards this B side, where actually all 5 players are heading towards. Even Apex now starting the journey towards B. This looks like
Keo.
3 smokes are left waiting here for NiP. They're going to go for the full execute on this one. Smokes are being put down. Keo is waiting.
Yeah, he's got Apex just backed him up as well. Both in an important position, but instant headshot from Exist finds him. Now Apex is going to creepy crawly around the side here. He could catch them off guard, but Exist gets himself another blinder of a shot. Forest finds himself another. Get Right picks it down, and Kenny S is suddenly all alone. 11-1 is beckoning for NiP. This is an outstanding T-side performance on Cobblestone from NiP.
And Envy read it right. They put the 4 players on the correct site, and it didn't seem to matter a single piece. Get Right's going to close down Kenny there, and they took the fights. Exist with those 2 kills. You shouldn't... I don't know. Normally you see at least a trade out. You see maybe, he gets the opener, the player from Statue will come back into it. Didn't happen. He picked up both. Forest backed him into it as well. And every single player is operating on such a high level here. Exist was a player that we were saying actually did have quite some moments in the major, starting to perform well himself. Alongside the rest of NiP, all of them started to play a little bit more of a big role here. But we're seeing truly what can be achieved with these players all playing on a very high kill. And it's working out well. But still, let's get ourselves back into this round. It is, once again, a bit of a pistol round coming out from Envy, and Freiburg just going to destroy Kenny at the moment. And these guys look a little bit, like they haven't even come to the server yet. This is a NiP that means business.
I think it's been a long and hard party for Envious, because
all that Thorin champagne.
NiP has been absolutely picking them apart here. Clearly working wonders. So 12-1, what a great half this could be. They could go 14-1 here. This is totally doable now, as Forest and Exist continue to pick them apart. Happy the last man, just hiding in the coop, all the way out the back there. Gets himself a little peek, but it is only 5-7, but he manages to get one. Tries to come across. He's got to pick their weapon up, but not going to be. Get Right's not going to allow it. It's 12-1, ladies and gentlemen. What could have been a major final? Who knows what would have happened. Forest, look at that, 19 kills. Absolutely running away with it right now. And they've been big, important kills. They've not just been clean-up kills. He's not been getting 4Ks in these ecos. He's been getting very important bomb planting, solo frags. 12-1, double AWP once again, Happy and Kenny S.
Last time Happy did make a big difference to this. He was picking up 2-3 kills. Kenny got outdone last time, but...
Alu and Kenny are going to challenge each other, I think.
Yeah, Alu's holding quite passively by long. Kenny doing the same thing. No one's really going for these big challenges, but Forest taking on Apex is another big battle there. 2 players who've been opening these rounds up, or classically for Apex, who opens rounds up, but this time Kenny, holding the slightly more passive angle, will find Alu pushing down long. But this will speed up Forest and Freiburg now. Apex is going to hear that, tell Kenny, like, you might want to back up a bit here, because you know they're going to make a play from this. Closing down one angle, he'll back away, not going to outstay his welcome, and just see what NiP bring.
It's Forest that pushes through and finds yet another important frag, but Kenny will answer. Forest just would have caught a glimpse on him, but Kenny S is not being moved finally on A side. He will hold strong.
But that bomb isn't here.
And now it's another 4-2 for NiP. They turned this around last time. Surely Envy can't let them do it again.
Good read from Envy, though. This is better. They're not believing that it's going to be an A play. They're keeping players towards B. That's Happy, Keo, and MBK not too far off. Now, Kenny's being ever vigilant down by the push-up, but seeing the flashes coming through, the smokes to follow. Keo's fully blind at this point. It's down to pretty much Happy. Now Keo's going to be fine. NiP not working off the back of those flashes will mean that Keo's going to just lay the smack down there. Get Right falls. Happy closes. And finally, a little bit of that Kenny magic joined by Happy closing in the end really does pay out.
Yeah, but you say finally, I mean, that really is finally.
Yeah.
Final round of the half. 12-2 is an enormous score to try and come back from. Envious, well aware of that, because they did it themselves on Na'Vi, of course, in that final match. And that pause comes out. We did have a drop. Yeah, I think it's Apex has just dropped out for Envious, so he'll be back in just a second. But 12-2, what a start. What a performance from NiP tonight.
Not what I expected.
Not what anyone expected.
You know what I mean? Like, what can you say? This is what I mean with NiP. Who turns up? Is it the NiP who can do this sort of thing? Or is the NiP who crumbles?
We're falling into the Virtus Pro trap, aren't we, really? You never know what VP will turn up sometimes.
True.
Is the plow down or up?
But it's true, though. NiP recently, it's been like a day-to-day performance base. It's like, well, some days they can beat Envy. Some days they can beat TSM. Some days they lose out on some of their arguably good maps to Na'Vi, and you know they just kind of fall under the pressure. So, and it's not just like map based and opponent based. It's individually player based. You know, players like Freiburg and you know players like Get Right, Forest, all of these guys when they have quiet games, it just seems completely random almost to a degree. But still, back into this one, we are unpaused. And oh my god, this is the right read from Envy as well. They've got 4 players stacked out here, but will it matter? Apex is the only one to pick up the kill thus far. That's Freiburg down, but Keo happy getting in on the action. This is a whitewash here, and Envy finally putting their foot down on this one, but my god, was that late in the day.
12-3. Salvageable, maybe. Maybe, but it's going to take an almighty T-side from Envious to come back from this one. Totally doable, definitely woken up now, that's for sure. That will have certainly knocked some cobwebs off them as they return from Cluj with that trophy in hand. Now, I mean, I can only assume they're not in the gaming house now. I don't know whether maybe they are.
I'm not sure.
The season's not over yet. I don't know who lives there, whether they're there all the time.
Before it was 4 of them and MBK was staying.
Yeah, but MBK actually was there for the week or 2 weeks up to the major, so they were all in they were all in their villa. Their beautiful villa. If you haven't seen it, there are pictures. I think there's even a video tour out there now as well somewhere.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Maybe that was just a private one I saw. I'm not too sure. But anyway, here we go.
They've been giving you
no, we're not. We're not underway.
Mansion.
We're not underway yet. We're still waiting for. Who is it? No, it's Forest that's dropped.
Yeah.
There's a cheeky double there from Alu. Keo and Kenny.
You casting warm up?
I'm just saying, it was a cheeky double. It's still nice to see a double, no matter when it comes through.
Double kill. It's
not every day you get a double like Cadian did.
Oh, that's true. Cadian's was ridiculous though.
That was sick.
I don't think he even realised that he did that. He was just like, yep, okay, that happened twice.
Happened, yeah.
All right, but we are getting ready to get started into the second half here. And yeah, ladies and gents, believe it or not, it is 12-3 in favour to NiP on Cobble. Let's throw our minds back to what we said at the start here. In the last 3 months, Envy have gone 12-2 on this map. NiP 2-5. So read what you want into it, take what you want out of it. But at the moment, it is certainly NiP leading the way. And it's down to Envy to turn the tides.
Well, we're seeing a reverse, pretty much exactly what Envy and NiP did. Exist is going to see them, though, coming around this corner. Only if he can get one, it will slow them down. Isn't enough, though. Freiburg's the one on the rotate here, and they're all pushing through. Alu's smoked out of position, so Freiburg's really the only one that's going to try and pay dividends here. Apex waiting for someone to peek out. Alu getting a little glimpse on towards Kenny as Freiburg does get picked off. And now NiP in a real tricky situation, but Alu's found one. Keo and Kenny. Kenny's trying to get around the side, but they're getting picked off from the side here. The shots are landing, and NiP are making them work. It's suddenly a one-on-one. Forest versus Kenny S. Both have 2 kills so far. Both at exactly the same hit points. Forest drops down. It was a messy affair, but Forest makes it count. And would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? It's 13-3 NiP. They could close this one out. This could be 16-3.
Forest renowned for his pistol ability, showing you exactly as to why. And there was a kit in the background that he was just like, no, I've got time. But look at this guy. Like, the crossfire that was set here was really quite nice from Envy, but he was so ready and waiting for Happy to be lurking. He knew the role he played, and even taking the challenge on this on Kenny here was brilliant. Like, the mid-air little USPS shot. Bear in mind, Kenny does have armor, and just connecting perfectly. Just beautiful stuff. But look at this buy from NiP. Look at it.
I mean, shotguns work, actually.
They do on this map.
Cole, especially in drop, which is probably where they're going to. I tell a lie, Alu's actually
in the right place, at least.
Yeah, he is actually in the right place. That's where they're heading. 5 members of NiP. Forest is going to be the one that's challenged around the corner. Gets himself one, gets himself 2, even gets a chance to back away, get the reload. As Keo comes back around that corner, the Molly's going to keep him pinned in the corner. Is he going to burn alive? I think he just about gets away with his life. 16 health. But Alu even getting a peek around there. He's going to be happy. He goes for, gets himself one, can't get Apex. Just tracing the shots there. Keo will get himself another. Get right, getting caught out. And now it's down to Exist and Freiburg to try and stop them getting on site.
Yeah, and they were looking, at least Apex did find the rifle that Forest dropped, and you can see Apex being dropped out of the bomb here. He could go on walkabouts towards B. So remember, there's still a minute on the board. This was a very quick exchange. Forest picked up those kills on long, was something that you don't see happening that quickly normally, but Exist and Freiburg now have to split themselves up, play 1 by 1. Apex has a lot of utility, but actually he doesn't go B. He's going the kind of more dangerous route towards A here. He's got the smoke, he's got the 2 flashes, he's going to collect Exist. Now Freiburg knows what's up here. He's going to go for the fight on this one as well. Why not, I guess? As Envy going to get that bomb down. Keo watching the cross through. Freiburg will at least be able to get past 1, but I think Apex now knows he's being encroached upon.
Low health on Keo. Freiberg has to play this right. Doesn't have a kit. But there is one around there, but I'm not too sure if he's going to get close. But that means he hasn't really got the time. He gets the challenge, but Keo with that deagle from behind. And we do see yet another reverse. He's going to get himself that M4A1. And Envious pick themselves up a 4th round on the board. 2nd round.
Envy winning a Force?
I know, who'd have thought it, eh? I mean, it's like they've won majors, just doing the same thing, but it clearly works for Envious. It's their style, and it's absolutely paying off once again. But they have a hell of a long way to go here.
Well, NiP's even going to take a leaf out of their book. Look at this. They're going for the deagles, the armor, a little bit of utility. Forest with a smoke there. Alu with the nade. Not too much more. Let's see where Envy take this one. They're playing 3 side towards A, and then 2 kind of a little quicker pace towards that B side of things. And it will be Freiberg, I believe, then getting tagged up and sent packing on very little HP, trying to find that opener, trying to find a little bit of information, but probably will be Forest and Alu on the receiving end here if they commit.
It's Kenny and Apex are the ones to challenge it. That nade's actually going to be on point. It'll only do a little bit of damage, just ricochet past. Envious actually pushed past it. Oh. Taken so low. Freiberg does get happy down. That's over on B side, but now the rotate coming in. But NiP in a real tricky situation. They're caught out in the open. Kenny and Keo get themselves another 2. And now Get Right trying to catch one in the cross, but he is in all sorts of trouble. Gets a good tag on MBK, but Exist is on a very slow rotate here. Trying to get around. Get Right's just trying to buy some time.
And Apex already realizes it as well.
Yeah, they just want to catch the Exodus, I think. And so, 13-5. Plenty of rounds to play with here for NiP after such an amazing T-side. Ooh, Get Right almost catching the head there. Ooh, and he does. Kenny went for the challenge. Trying to chase them down. This is getting expensive for MB suddenly. Just 2 men alive. MBK going to get pushed by Exist here. There's only 46 health. That CZ could absolutely rip him apart, but MBK will find the head. And just 3 health remains for Get Right, so he's long gone.
And 2 for MBK.
Yeah.
Alright, so. No, MBK is safe. Okay, so 13-5. I don't want to believe in Envy right now. I'm not going to. The Kings of Force. As NiP going to be a little strapped for cash. You can see the Zeus on Alan. Why not?
Is he taking it to drop?
He hasn't been playing drop like until now, I guess. Like, it works.
Yeah.
Sadly, Envy haven't been really doing these kind of 5 plays towards B. They've been in the 3-2 split we're seeing once again. But if they can get a gun away, they can maybe build something out of it. So, you know, it makes sense. See Exist baiting for Alu. See if Happy wants to take the bait there, but Happy might be questioning why is someone challenging me like this, as they all kind of line up like ducks. And there goes the flash. One player gets caught by it. Second one comes out, goes ahead of it, and he's completely blinded. Oh my god, he's still alive. There we go. Forrest will at least take him down, and Keo's going to pick up the slack.
And he's going to go for the flash and drop. Go up. Next peek, next peek, next peek. Forrest down. Is he going to expect Hallow and Freiberg around the corner? That's the question. I mean, the bomb's going down. It's over on A side. That's like totally irrelevant to this round. We're waiting for Hallow to catch that Zeus out, but sadly, oh, Keo's going drop down. Come on, Hallow. And we're going to get the yelp. Oh, Keo. All the build-up, all the hype for nothing. He will go down. They've put the bomb down a long time ago over on A side. And it's Freiberg, roll reverse,
just heard him as well.
in drop, yeah, and he's going to get caught out. So there we go, 13-6. Is it happening? Can we believe? 3 rounds running for NiP. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, very long way. But it's possible. It's very possible if they get this one cleanly. And let's remind ourselves, NiP's economy is far from ideal. This could get a little dangerous. Kenny going to have the AWP here. Alu yet to be able to get that into his hands, let alone Forest on the double. So Envy doing the same thing. Rinse and repeat. 3-2 split. Happy and Keo being the players over by B. It's Alu and Forest waiting on towards A to receive NBK, Apex, and Kenny S. So all pretty much split up evenly. Exist going to be boosted up. This is actually a really good spot for Exist. He's been playing that very, very well. And the last times in Cobble we've seen him, it may not be replicated throughout the rest of the team with the results, but certainly does well for himself as Forest will get his position and wait patiently for Apex, Kenny, and NBK to make their presence known.
Here we go. Will it work out? He does. He gets himself one, but now Kenny knows he's there. Doesn't manage to land the shot, though. Goes for the second time, and this time with a CZ. And he's going to be a little upset that Alu allowed that to happen, and Alu should not have fallen to Keo there. But now Get Right's in position. Kenny's going to go for the peek. They're going to have a double shoulder peek. He manages to get Kyo down, and the spray continued, expecting Kenny to go for that re-peek. Not to work, though. MBK moving the bomb. He's heading in all the way over towards B site, and Exist is the only man at window. And Freiburg, I think, suspects this. Going to go for looking for any openings, and now he's going to go for the chase, I feel. Kenny S on the rotate. It's Exist to try and catch the cross here on MBK.
This is actually nice from Exist. He's not shown his presence here. He's really not giving away the game, and he won't be able to stop the plant at least, but he'll know where that molly's come from. He's knowing it's going to be close, and he's going to be able to catch out MBK, but who's close by? It's Kenny. Kenny's going to go for the shot. He gets tagged up. Exist pounces on this. It's a perfect plant as well to deny Happy the chance here.
Happy's in a real tricky spot.
Freiburg needs to go. He doesn't need it. Exist does it all by himself. Who needs a defuse kit when you've got a player like that? He played it so patiently, so perfectly. And the defuse will be well-timed and coming to place. Freiburg's going to recover the AWP, and that was just picture perfect from Exist.
It's funny, I'm thinking back to Dubai when we were trying to sort some extra desk space out for Forest. He was like, do you think we could sit around here? So we're like, we shuffled this new desk in for him. We're trying to make a bit of space. And Freiburg's like, it's okay. I don't need space. Forest is going to carry us. Well, if you look at the scoreboard right now, Forest is absolutely carrying them. 28 kills. Phenomenal stuff from him so far. But it was Exist, who actually Alex picked, if you remember, back in the Vulcan picks, on 19 as well, who just had some massive shots there. But Kenny S opening up. Alu finally going aggressive with that peak. He's been pretty passive the whole time with that AWP. And Kenny was ready and waiting.
Froska slightly with the molly there, but it serves its purpose regardless. As Forest and Freiburg now have to be the man, or the men, should I say, defending this A site. Freiburg a little further back from the site. They need to kind of build that synergy together as MBK will be the one there. Nice flash, that's what I mean. The flash coming out from Freiburg, allowing Forest to make the peak, bring back the odds to 4v4, but Apex and Kenny making the play. Get right falls. Apex catches out Freiburg. It's down to Forest in a really awkward predicament.
Yeah, he just got caught with a nade as well. Pushes around the corner, but Kyo will catch him. Actually, it was Kenny from the top of A there that caught him in the back. Exist. Well, you got to do it all again, mate. You just got a 3-kill in the last one. He's already got 1 so far in this round, but it's not going to happen. He's going to back away. He's going to save. It is going to be 14-7. NiP still with a gigantic lead, but that will absolutely shatter their economy. Just winning the previous round and forcing them back into pistols.
So, Exist desperately needs to keep hold of this. The money's really not great for NiP. We saw it before, but win on this one. Difference being, even with the trade going in favour, initially when Freiburg had to pick up the slack when Ali went down over by A, couldn't make much more out of it. And Exist just ducking beneath those bullets. But he's the only one with a rifle into this round. There's no way anyone else is going to get one. They shouldn't. So curious to see how they build around this. How's Exist going to play it out? Will he be the man soloing a site? Will they stack around him? Plenty of options for NiP. Throwing a mine back. It's been very successful for Envy over by the A side of things. It's where mostly Forest and Ali have been. Surprisingly, Forest, even though he's the top fragger, not being able to slow down some of these rounds. 14-7 still. Envy building back up to this, and Exist going to be perching himself up by the plateau there over by the B site, as it is once again Happy and Kyo to test the waters.
Just waiting to see if anyone was going to creep through that smoke, maybe catch a weapon off the hands. Oh, did Happy take a peek? It's going to be Get Right that's about to just lurch his way through that window. Happy expecting it, but it's Kenny and Apex that are making the push, and Alu and Forest are the ones that are being challenged on long. They're slowly backtracking.
But look, Exist is the one with the rifle. He's reading this well. If he's in the right place this time. So now, if they kill the likes of, you know, Alu and Forest, they go down, they'll assume maybe the site is clear, but this is the trap. It's certainly been sprung, but Apex picks up 2. Where the hell did he get that kill from? But Freiburg comes in the matter. We're down to a 3v3.
Oh, Exist so close to taking that out, but Get Right gets another. But suddenly now Freiburg all alone. And if only Get Right could have stayed alive, that would have made it a real tricky position. But he's pushing through the smoke. Kenny S should catch an angle of him. Kyo did see him, and now Kenny will have his sights trained on him. This is going to be an impossible position for Freiburg. He's got a perfect crossfire trained on him. He's got to try and land one of the shots, but Kenny is not falling for it, remembering that he does have the major title in his pocket now. There is no pressure on him. And Envy pick themselves up another round. NiP, though, they're going to force again.
It's not a full force, I don't think.
Yet. No, they're not going for armor. They're not going armor. They're just pistols. Yeah,
they're trying to stay above 3k mostly. Obviously, get right a little low there, but still, the point is that if only, you know, there's so many if onlys then. Apex went for the wild spray down, picked up 2 out of nowhere. I don't think he even realized he got the second guy in that, so that could have changed around here, but Envy are building this one back. They are not done yet, and Apex is doing what really kind of earned his place in that major, is cracking open his rounds. Exist, though, again. This man's finding form where really he shouldn't. He will recover that rifle as well. Not in the ideal spot to make any use of it, but Happy going to catch out Freienberg lurking down by the connector here as Apex. Not going to find Forrest, who's just like, tucked in the ledge like, come and get me, please.
I thought he actually had the knife out to begin with there. I don't know whether I caught a glimpse of it wrong. But anyway, Exist is the last man standing. Oh, Happy. Nearly fluffed his flash, but still managed to get the kill on Exist somehow. 14-9. Now, this was a 12-3 start for NiP. They're struggling to find their ground, but now they have the rifles. This is the round that counts. This is the biggie, because if they lose out on this one, they're going to be forced back to an eco again. And that's going to pull Envy into double digits. So they're very much teetering on the edge here. They need to try and keep hold of that momentum that carried them through to that great T side.
Okay, this is different though. Kyo's now joined the other players over by A. This could be a different start count from Envy, and actually Happy joining very early on here. So on the full buy, they're sending 5 players towards this A site rather than the 3-2 split, but NiP already have 3 players here as well. So Alo's could be on the receiving end of a lot of action if they do commit through the smoke, and he's actually backing out of it.
With those nades there as well, Exist has come to back him up, so there's 3 players all staring on long right now. Alo's going to be backing off, as you mentioned, getting in that passive position, but those nades, the amount of nades that were set up there, this is perfectly blender for NiP. They get themselves a 2-for-1 trade. Alu picks himself up another. That nade's going to rattle through. Kenny forced out. He gets caught out, and it's Exist that gets himself another. And NiP held that long sight perfectly. 15-9.
NiP, where is this performance coming from? You saw the kind of spark in Envy in the last couple of rounds. You can see that real dominance coming through once they got that orb out, once Kenny started operating, and you saw these guys, you know, Apex opening up, filling these roles that we know they can do, but I don't know, Exist is playing on another level that we don't often see. He's starting to catch up with Forrest here. Let's remember that. You know, there's 5 kills difference between them now. It was the Forrest show to begin with. But look at this. Envy going to once again just flip the switch. Go, all right, let's just hit this B side of things. Let's see what's waiting now. Exist has been boosted up. This could be huge for Exist. He's been playing well, but can they hold on all fronts here? Envy's already getting in towards drop. That's Geralt holding it down. And look at this. MBK catches out Exist. It's down to Freiberg and Geralt.
Oh, but this is going to have to be almost a retake situation, but Alu not to be flustered, not to be moved. They have the position, and Envy can't get near the bomb. The bomb's actually on site. It's in position on the fountain. Kenny finds one on Alu, and now it's a 2-on-2. Kenny creeps his way forward. Can't quite get the angle. Happy does find one, but it's Forrest that remains. He's got himself his 31st kill of the game. He's been dominant, no doubt about this. Kenny S trying to get the plant down, will stick it down. Kenny S versus Forrest in a 1v1. Kenny, you got to feel he should have held it, but he was looking the other direction. Forrest's movement, his speed and agility gets him into position. 32 frags, 32 very important kills for Forrest. And it is going to be NiP that take it 16-9 over the major winners, Envious on Cobblestone. Oh, what could have been a final just the other day.
Call it magic, call it what you want. That was a big performance from 2 players, specifically Forrest to begin with was massive, and then Exist. When those 2 are playing well, what can you do? Then in the earlier games against Dignitas, you had Freiberg going on a tear. Every single player is starting to play well for NiP, and it does break your heart to think that could have been so much more just a couple of days ago in a different server, in a different, you know, different setting.
Universe, yeah.
Exactly. But regardless, let's ignore that. In that game, NiP's T side was the factor there. Their CT was okay. It was fine. It allowed Exist to catch back up. But it wasn't something phenomenal. It was their T side that really impressed me.
And let's remind ourselves, it was quite an important game. It puts Envious onto, what, 8-7 in the league? They're chasing. They're trying to get in there. At the moment, 3rd and 4th spot, wide open. And RV almost secured themselves qualification. And this is 250,000 on the line.
Oh,
Not to mention
small.
also the slots on finishing positions, etc. NiP, well, they're up to 8-8 now. They're closing in, so they're just one behind on NiP. They are, like I said, we were talking about it before, the positions. We got Dignitas with 8 losses, Titan with 8 losses, Envious with 7 losses, NiP with 8 losses. Virtus Pro actually now have a chance because they've got 9 losses. Like that
brought
middle
everything
ground,
closer.
everybody is so close. That 4th spot is wide open, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what to even predict about it. You know what I mean? Like, if you told me the start of the day, I'd probably say, yeah, maybe NiP would have a good chance against Dignitas on Train. Tensky coming in. You know, Tensky's a great individual player. How's he fit into the roster yet? Not too sure. But NiP had some good performances there. However, you know, against someone like Envy on Cobble, no, not a shot in hell. I don't care. You know what? NiP, I love those guys. I think they're phenomenal. But you look at the statistics, you look at the paper, you know, the real work behind it, and it's just like they shouldn't win that. But then again, this is just one team out of so many in that middle pack that can excel. Yeah,
and absolutely. NiP, fantastic performance from them tonight, no doubt about it. Let's check out the results throughout the night. Of course, it was a double header between Hellraisers and TSM to start things off. TSM came out on top, but only just pushed all the way. And Hellraisers, honestly, on cash, are going to feel a little aggrieved that they lost that game. They should probably have closed that out. And that's really the story of Hellraisers throughout the Pro League overall. And then we saw Dignitas. Well, they absolutely charged through Dignitas, NiP, sorry, charged through Dignitas on Train. And again, that match we just saw, it was a great T-side start, honestly, from NiP. 12-3 first half. That's what set the scene. Envy almost managed to pull it off, but that great long defense there really was what suddenly cut it down, and NiP finally closed it out. Brilliant performance.
And I love Kenny S. I hate to bring this up, but the one thing he said was, from an analytical point of view, I'd say we just got wrecked, and they were clearly better at using mouse and keyboard. GG, well played, NiP. I think it sums it up. You know what I mean? Like, NiP looked like they sped through that Dignitas game to just take on Envy. It was a really big night for them.
Yeah. Great performance overall. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at tomorrow for Europe. It is going to be Dignitas versus Virtus Pro. That's going to be starting things off on Cobblestone. And I mentioned, just as I said, very, very tight. Virtus Pro actually, as we thought they were out of it, suddenly given a lifeline. They might be able to claw their way back into this one. Hellraisers versus Envious. That's going to be an Inferno. Then that's going to be NiP versus Hellraisers, NiP versus Penta. So by tomorrow, if NiP pick up those games, we could suddenly see NiP in a realistic spot of actually qualifying, which we thought probably wasn't possible when they had those 8 losses. We were looking at the losses, the loss count. That's really what it was all about. But suddenly, that middle ground, very, very tight.
So wait, they picked up 2 wins today, so that's 6 points,
They're
right?
at 9 and 8 right now, yeah.
So they're up to 27 points, which puts them on par with Dig and Titan. If they win the next 2 games coming up as well, that'll put them very much in the seat towards picking up 4th. These games now are the big ones for NiP. And in theory, on paper, those 2 opponents should be wins for them. But then again, Penta played very well recently. Crystal having a massive game. That was on Dust too. I think I was casting with Mitch then. And Hellraisers pushing TSM quite far. So this is certainly heating up.
Well, Penta are playing mouse sports right now, so we're trying to figure out what that score turns out like. It is, 11-4 to mouse sports. Okay, so that's going one way. That's for sure. But anyway, that is it for us, ladies and gentlemen. You can tune in for the ESEA in America. They're going to be streaming it, of course, on the ESEA Twitch stream. That is going to be a big match starting off, Complexity versus Cloud9. But the big match of tonight is definitely Team Liquid versus CLG. Team Liquid running away with the league at the top. They are 11-2 currently. CLG quite close, 7-3. They are in a very good position at taking the top 2 slots right now.
Yeah, not played too many games, only 10 games played so far, so they've certainly got some room to move. If you do check out the ESL ESEA Pro League and the rankings of it, do make sure you take note of how many matches they've had played rather than just their standing.
Just the wins, losses,
Yeah, it can really change quite swiftly when they do get those big run of games. So do keep note of that, and CLG is in a good spot, even though they're currently in 5th, to certainly make their way up the table.
And that will be starting at 2 a.m. Central European time. So 3 hours time, ladies and gentlemen. You can tune into that one. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. This is me, myself, and Pansy tonight. And tomorrow we'll see you at 7 o'clock once again for the ESL ESEA Pro League.